Now, if you're watching Nevada, how you doing? Welcome back to stream. Today we got a bunch of drama to cover. We're up early. This might be a long one. We're going to be talking about the Beartooth AI drama. Brand new, returning to do a fat, juicy tour. But, of course, people are upset as Vocalist is a weirdo. Brent Lukes, formerly of Modern Baseball, is also making a return to stage, and we're going to talk about the Browning and their merch cuts, just merch cuts in general, how predatory a lot of venues can be when it comes to that. Timestamps in the comment or description. Fellas, how we doing? Hi Z, how you doing? Happy Father's Day. Thanks. Is it because I'm a daddy? Yeah, happy Father's Day to all my daddies out there. Pride Parade was a lot. How was it? I went to the march and a drag competition. Oh, that's so cute. I'm still wearing my rainbow eyeshadow even though I took a shower. Oh man, that's awesome. I think my Pride is like next week or something. All right, what else do I have to do? I guess I don't have to charge my phone right now. I'm gonna just chuck this. Oh my god, my deodorant! I forgot deodorant. Oh, I always do, bro. Always do. Bro, you guys are watching and the sun is out. Yo, Dylan. Never been this early? I know, man. It's because we got a lot of content to farm. Jenny, how's CEO of VizVods doing? Okay, you know what I was talking about? You know what I was talking about with my girl? So smell-o-vision, right? So if we ever get to the point where that exists, like basically you can smell me through stream or videos or whatever, how would reacting to content work? Like if I am, okay, let's say I'm reacting to a video and the video is like, oh, best smelling coffees, right? And I'm like, whoa, fellas, you smell that? Will you be able to smell it if I'm the one watching and you're not? You're watching through me. Do you see what I'm saying? Yo, Ghost, have fun at the store. Pride was cool, I love it, but it's overstimulating. Yeah, of course. That's a good point. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, will you guys be able to smell it through me? Or would you guys have to, like, watch it on your own? How would the technology even work with that? I don't know. Yo, Thick, what up? You really want to smell it chronically online, dudes? Hey, maybe. You never get curious about, like, how Nova Online smells? Or, like Cyrax? I think many would just lose subscribers due to bad smells. Well, okay, I'd imagine. All right, let's say I'm CEO of Smell-o-vision. If I'm CEO of Smell-o-vision, I think it had to be like how audio is. That's what I'm thinking. But check this out. I'd imagine that you can like trigger that feature on or off, right? Because, okay, right now, my room smells fine, right? I got my little candle warmer on. I think my room smells great. However, I didn't wear deodorant. Would you guys be able to smell that? If like, I'm sure there would be a feature for me to just like turn it on and off, so that way I don't have to basically like nozzily rape you with my disgusting BO if that's happening. Do you see what I'm saying? But like, I think I would always leave it on just because I think it's funny. But if like, and me and my girl was talking, we were like, when would smell-o-vision actually be useful? If you're trying to sell a product, right? Before knowing, like, before buying a cologne, you know what that smells like. You know what I'm saying? It would probably work like camera, microphone, and it would detect what's close. See, I don't know what the back of my monitor smells like, right? Like the monitor, like, let's say it comes through the camera. Well, it'd probably be its own device. Not the Cyrax scent. Shit would be like Bad Breath episode of SpongeBob. They could get brand deals to wear colognes and stuff. Oh, see? Yep. We can sell out easier. There should be an on and off switch smell-o-vision because I don't want to be smelling some people. Yeah, and see, I'm curious. Would I have the control of smell-o-vision or would you through your device? Ooh, I just cracked the shit out of my lower back. It hurts so good. I guess if you use some kind of smell sensor, you might want the smell sensor to get close enough. Yeah. See, that's what I figured. You met the drummer of a band. I was like, oh, really? What band? All those food YouTubers would make cash? Yes. Oh my God. Dude, that's what I mentioned too. Bro, I think if you're able to smell the food before you make the recipe, that will like make or break a lot of recipes, you know? I'm a big smeller. I'm a big sniffer. I would never turn smell-o-vision off for you and for me. I wanted to smell so many expensive perfumes. Oh, yeah, see? And then here's the best part. You wouldn't have to go in person and get a headache from all that smell. You know what I mean? Well, actually, would you? Would you still get a headache? I don't know. I don't know how it'd work. Armed Slaves are local but disbanded like 8 years ago. Wow, what kind of music? They experimented that? No way. No way. Hold on. They did not experiment. Wait, what? Smell-o-vision movies. Smell-o-vision was a short-lived cinematic technology from the 1960s that released specific odors into theater seats synchronized with the film's action. Okay, you guys ever been to like a 4D movie where or like experience where it's not only 3D, right? But like for example, I think I saw like Shrek or some shit in 4D or something, and there was like spiders. So they would like blow air to your ankles to try to like emulate the sensation of spiders all over your shit. Um anyway, while only one film ever used the official technology, subsequent directors adopted similar scratch and sniff methods to bring the sensory experiences to audience. The official smell-o-vision technology and its successors are associated with these notable movies: the official smell-o-vision film, Scratch and Sniff, and Odorama. Yeah, you're right. Look, Rugrats Go Wild, Spy Kids 4D, Polyester. Oh my God. That's insane. That's crazy. If you fry some onions in a pan in the background, I'd be here every stream. Oh my, oh, bro, the smell of garlic and onions frying. Metal / post hardcore. Oh, that's cool. And you could try more niche or foreign perfumes you can't find in person. Yeah. And, or like hand soaps and shit. I just had someone tell me about seeing the back rooms in 4D. What? That was in 4D? OF creators would get... The porn in smell-o-vision would go crazy. The ability to pretend you are in this disgusting, muggy room in the basement of West Bubblefuck, where you could just smell the what's the word? The pH balance being off, where you can smell the dick cheese. Oh, that's my dream. That's my dream. Would videos before smell-o-vision was created have smell added? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I have no idea. My dog is like, bro, I gotta show you guys this really quick. Let's see if you guys can see it. You can't. Okay. Never mind. I wanted to show you my dog. Alright, I gotta put my scuffed curtain on. Hold on. My dog is like in between the wheels of my fucking chair with her snout as if she wants me to roll it off. Move, Dana. Move. Move. Get out of here. Move. Good girl. Good move. Good girl. She's such a good dog, man. Holy shit, I am so grateful. All right. Oh yeah, that looks good. Man, does the red light ever even like work? Do you guys ever even fucking see it? Nobody could ever stream from Newark. Oh, God forbid. Oh, wait, are you a Jersey fella? I don't remember. I remember you popped into stream not that long ago, but I don't remember if you're a Jersey fella. The smells like my vagina candle. Oh, man. See, but you know what? That would also, like, you know how, like, Amaranth did the fart jar thing? That would cock block her business. I guess she could just turn smell-o-vision off. Like, in her case. I got my tea here. I would love to see enhanced feel / smell in movies. I think that'll help save the industry. That would be cool. Originally from Jersey, move to the woods in Michigan. You got a crazy memory. My memory is shot, but I do remember you being I remember my Jersey fellas. Being from Newark myself, I'm from Newark Elizabeth, that area, and God, see, okay. I'm happy you're a Jersey fella. What part of Jersey? If you're comfortable sharing. Sometimes I tell chat how rough like Newark and Elizabeth is, and they kind of eye roll. So I'm happy there's someone here that can potentially back me up. Yo, slam. Michigan is cool too, though. I've been to Michigan a handful of times. Romania is pretty rough in some ways. When you say that, in what regard? When I say rough, I mean like hood, right? Like, is there like a Romanian hood? Horses, this is my neighbors and such. Oh, okay. Bergen County. Oh man, Bergen County is fucking fun though. Like Fort Lee. Oh man, Fort Lee was so the best Korean restaurants, the karaoke bars. Dude, what? You can like see through my hair and it makes you feel bald. Did anyone watch today's main channel video? It's called Gypsy Neighborhoods. Ah, okay. So I am going to sound very ignorant. So, okay. I'm just like, can we just be real for a fucking second? I am going to sound ignorant. I don't understand what gypsy means. Okay, is it like you are of a specific descent? Is it a lifestyle? What is it, right? Because being what, like, I've met gypsies in my life, right? And is that like okay to say? Is like that a bad word? I don't know anything. Romania, it's an ethnicity. Oh, it's an ethnicity. Okay. See, yeah, like I've also met I forget where they're from. Yeah, like Romania and like I forget. Is it like racism in countries or something? Like what's going on? Okay. So I have a friend in high school, right? Portuguese dude. Grew up in Portugal and everything. And he said that gypsy people would like throw rocks at them and shit. Right? But I don't get what that means. Like, is it saying like, oh yeah, like, is that like a stereotype? Is that like offensive? Like, what is it? There are nomadic people that came from India and were wrongfully thought to be Egyptian. They're hated everywhere in Europe. So is it a racist thing? So is it like okay. All right. See, there's also somebody I met in Ohio that she was telling me that she's from a family of gypsies, right? And again, I don't know, is gypsy bad to say? My bad. It is widely considered a racial slur. I've been dropping slurs left and right for the past 2 minutes. It's highly offensive to many Romanian people. It originated as a derogatory term based in the false European assumptions that Romanian people were from Egypt. Here's what you need to know about the term. Why it's offensive. It is heavily tied to centuries of negative stereotypes, discrimination, and historical persecution, including enslavement. It is also connected to the derogatory verb to jip, meaning to cheat or steal. That's what I was going to say, where the girl that I met in Ohio said that like saying to jip someone is like bad. I never even correlated the two, like jip and gypsy. I've never correlated that. It was just something people said, right? What's used instead? The respectful and preferred terms are Roma or Romani. So okay. Regional differences. While it is overwhelmingly seen as an offensive slur in the United States and many parts of Europe, some Romanian traveler communities in the UK do self-identify with the word gypsy. Yeah, the Romani people that I've met self-identify, yeah, as gypsy. However, as an outsider, it is best to avoid using it. Now I know. We learn. We do a little learning. We do a little learning sometimes. And a lot of them lash out, which strengthens the stereotype. Okay, a lot of people are also completely Roma stereotypes. Okay. Oh, wait. So, what is the difference? Roma versus Roma. And then after this, we'll get into content. It's kind of like how many Native Americans still prefer the term Indian because they got used to it. Did archaeology in Romania and the townspeople blamed quote-unquote gypsies for the brick bridge falling apart. They think they're stealing their bricks. It's deep-rooted. Yo, Camel, what up? You watched it? Thanks, brother. Romania and Romania are different? What are... Romain... Okay, what are the difference? Romani versus Romanian. Refer to two entirely distinct groups. So Romani is the ethnic group of Indo or Aryan, Aryan. How do you say that, fellas? Origin origin their ancestral roots back to the northern India. They are transnational. Okay. So because it doesn't mean you're from Romania if you self-identify as a G slur. You watch my videos? Oh, that's so cute. Thanks, man. My boss supports me, guys. Romani. Oh, Romani? Aryan. Okay. Oh, that's nice of you, Camel. What interests you? Is it because it's Big V? Or are you just interested in the stories? I'm doing market research here. More of an emphasis on Romani. Romani? Romani. Romani. Oh, Romani! 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 Like that. Romani! All right. See, now I got to do some like self-research because obviously this isn't a geography stream, even though we have been fucking with it a little bit. I'm kind of fucking with like geography low key, like lately. Geography and space have been my two things. But yeah, let's get into what we're good at. Music. I know, Nug. I know. Makes it easier to different. Okay. You're good at making interesting. Thanks, Camel. Means a lot, bro. I think that video is going to be today's upload. For anyone that hasn't seen it, it's about a day to remember. And I think it's going to be a slow burn. It's a 4 out of 10 on the YouTube analytics. We're at like, what are we? 9.2K. I think it's going to do fair. The algorithm just has to find the audience, and I think it's going to do fair. It's just a day to remember isn't as hot of a topic as like Panic at the Disco or Bring Me the Horizon. So I wasn't expecting it to do crazy numbers, but I just feel like there's not really that many a day to remember videos out there and talking about this specific thing. So it's a combination of like might do well. Also, I like the story. Love this band. Why not cover it? And then next video is going to be Attack. That's going to be fucking fun. It's written. It's recorded. It's in the process of being baked in the oven. Hi, Frick. Any last things before we get into content? Oh my god, bro. I went roller skating yesterday. Oh. Did you like how I made it? I did. I loved the Vizzy Taker. Rip Tay Keith? Who's Tay Keith? Tay Keith, American record producer. 29? When did he die? A few days ago? Found dead in Nashville. He's the one that produced Sicko Mode. Police performing a welfare check found the prolific hitmaker whose real name is I don't want to. I mean, he's dead. I was gonna say I don't want to dox him, but I guess it's public information. Ritavius Chambers, unresponsive in his Martin Street apartment. I guess they're not afraid to fucking dox him. Hey, he lived on Martin Street. No foul play suspected. They're in the middle of an autopsy. I hate seeing people die so young, man. When you're old, it's like, okay, we get it. That's how life goes. But when you're 29, when you're 30, bro, come on. That's so sad. A lot of deaths lately, man. It's scary. It's scary. Tada says, "Take Keith, fuck these fellas up." Yeah, we spoke about Lilo's voice actress. She also did a ring. I think Dylan said it the other day. Was it one of those lock-in streams? Haven't heard them in ages. Saturday here. Didn't remember Attack news. Yeah, it's not really. It's not necessarily news. Just stories that aren't like packaged well and put up on YouTube and are like talked about. Is people dying who ain't never died before? Bro, I know. That's the worst part. It's people dying who ain't never died before. If it was somebody who already died before, it'd be like less, you know. How do you die twice? All right, really quick, last thing. Yo, I just commented on some good bands from Idaho are Ingrown, Built to Spill, Karma, and Plum Vision. Fuck yeah. Dude, thank you. So Sawyer, first off, welcome. Second, that's a re-upload from a long time ago. I just took it off the main channel and put it on the second one. And I think, tell me if I'm wrong, you just watched the video. I couldn't find bands from Idaho, was it? So I gotta, obviously I know Ingrown. I've seen Built to Spill around, but I've never heard of Karma or Plum Vision. So I went, me and my girl, we've been trying to get into roller skating. And she got her skates first. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And then she started using them, and I got jealous. And I'm like, all right, I need me a pair. Because she doesn't know how. And I'm holding her hand, and I'm like, bro, just kick, just do this, just do that. Me in my head, it's so easy because I've been roller skating not that long ago, and I got the hang of it. And I'm like, bro, just lock in, bro. Just lock. Like, obviously not telling her this, but like that's how, like not how it was coming off, but I was just like kind of like, bro, why is she being asked right now? We got me some skates, and I'm like, watch this, shorty. Put the bitches on. Boom! Like, it's so cartoonish. Like, I'm slipping and sliding as if it's an ice level, and I'm just slipping and sliding. I can't skate for shit, so I'm like, okay, dude. So yesterday we were skating, but it started raining, and we're like, all right, let's just go to a rink. We go to the rink. Oh my god, I forgot about this kid. I was getting mogged on by, like, he said he was 11. This 11-year-old boy. 11-year-old boy was mogging me, bro. Like, when I say he was mogging me, bro. So I'm chilling, right? I'm like in the rink, like trying to go forward. And this little fucking kid clearly knows what he's doing. He's just going right in front of me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit you. And he's like, he looks at me, he's like, just keep going, bro. And I'm like, my bad. So anyway, I'm sitting down at some point, and I'm basically like taking a break. And the kid, he comes, sits next to me. He's like, yeah, I've been skating since I was 4, and I come here with my family. My mom is over there. And his 2 brothers come up to us. I felt so bad for the kid. His two brothers come up. They're like, he's free, by the way. And I'm like, what? He's like, you can take him. Maybe a quarter, but he's free. You can just take him. You know, like playing around. And the little boy, like, he was just so upset that he was saying that. And his two brothers were laughing. It was like literal bully shit. And I was feeling bad. I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. I wasn't entertaining it because, like, I just felt bad. His two brothers leave. And obviously this kid knows how to skate. I'm like, yo, how do you brake on these shits? Because the brakes are in the front. And he's like, you use the brakes. Oh, my bad. I had no idea that's why brakes. Give me the method. So anyway, it's me, my girl, and this kid just conversing. And he's just giving so much sass. And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy he's getting bullied. He probably deserves it. He's a dickhead. But like, he was just giving banter or whatever. Little badass kid. That's what I'm saying. But he was killing. Bro, he was skating. He was going around the rink. He was hitting it with one of these. He was like this. He was like this. He was like skating in the rink like that. He was like, I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, I go sit down again, maybe like half an hour later, and he's chilling with his mom. I'm just sipping water. He looks at me. He goes to his mom. He's like, this guy's following me. Huh? And I'm like, oh, yeah, he was just giving me tips and advice. I don't want this kid's mom to think I'm following her 11-year-old boy around. That's crazy. She's about to call the local authorities on my ass. And I'm like, yeah, he was just giving me like advice on how to skate. He was telling me how you guys come together and stuff. And she understood what he meant. He was saying that like I was following him around the rink and I'm being a follower. Like basically he's like showing me the moves and shit, I guess. But that was uncomfortable. Anyway. I get the idea of how to skate, I'm not good at executing it. But one day I will be able to roller skate myself to the grocery store and back. That was my date yesterday with my lady. Oh, and we saw a scary movie. No, that was last week. Never mind, y'all know about that. All right, let's get into it. Guys, you know what time it is. Slop, 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 slop. Stop! 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 Let's do it. Oh, embarrassing. My sock fell off. It's hot in here, bro. When people grow with something, they can't fathom how others struggle learning. I know. He was telling me how he got his first pair when he was like fucking 4 and X, Y, and Z. I'm like, damn. You sing so well with the Giga Chad gift for a hot second. That's what I'll be doing now sometimes. All right, what do we start with here? We got a good amount of news. Let me open up my notepad. We can start with the Beartooth. Okay, so when it comes to this like Beartooth AI thing, I don't know how much. So, you know what? I'm gonna just include all this in the VisiVoz video. So recently we spoke about the AI drama with Bring Me to Horizon, and the TLDR on that is, I assume that the band didn't know that AI was being used for like that visualizer, but it was. And if you go back and watch that VOD, how I felt before knowing that the band knew it was AI is how I feel about this situation. So let me explain. First off, I want to say I don't know how much substance there is for this to be an entire video, but I want to talk about it anyway, because last time we were harping a lot on the band, but I think this is a good conversation to have about like actual artists themselves, because let's just read, you'll see what I mean. So I was on Twitter and I read using AI as an artist is one thing, but using AI and trying to pass it off as original is fucking scummy. Have some integrity and respect for the people who trust you to bring their visions to life. What is our friend Ash talking about here? So Beartooth tweeted out, let me move my camera. Hello, all you lovely people. We posted a teaser this morning for a new song that was flagged for AI. The artist we commissioned for this project assured as adamantly throughout the process that no AI was used to create this lyric video. Unfortunately, after a lot of red flags and conversations this morning, we now know for a fact that was not the case. I kind of, hold on, let me see if I could find this AI video real quick, the teaser. And how did they confirm it wasn't AI? Let's see if somebody like recorded it before, let's see, what is this?
New single called Bullshit from their upcoming album titled Pure Ecstasy, which is set to release in August, with the band dropping a teaser on Thursday morning ahead of the track's release. But according to the band, said teaser was flagged for AI. In response, the band issued the following statement on social media. Hello, all you love.
Okay, but do we have the video here? I'm curious to see how it looked. I want to know what the video was. Let me see. Was it the? No, it's not. It seems like it doesn't exist anymore. That's fine. Whatever. Where were we? Okay. We have no interest in using AI or artists lying about using AI to try to translate the blood, sweat, and tears that were put into this album in any way, shape, or form. My brother Luke, who worked tirelessly on the album art, will again work tirelessly tonight to whip up a lyric video we're all proud of and stand behind because he's really badass. Oh my god. See, okay. So keep in mind, this was June 18th, right? The guys got together and dropped the video literally overnight because the single was supposed to come out the 19th, and it did, with a fucking lyric video. The song will be posted as scheduled. We love you all and we love human creativity. Thank you for understanding. Caleb Shomo / Beartooth. So yeah, it's pretty fucking insane how fast the band got to work. And I like kind of skimmed through it. I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to get like copyrighted or whatever. Even playing this might get me copyrighted. But this is like pretty good fucking work, right? Done for overnight. Like this looks really fucking good. I don't want to play it like long bits at a time. Like what the fuck is this? Look at this. This is really good. Anyway, so that happened and I kind of wanted to yap a little bit about like artists lying. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. So according to Shomo, the designer hired to create the video used AI generated material despite the band explicitly requesting otherwise. Shomo claims the designer denied using AI before the video was uploaded and subsequently flagged. And yeah, this is information we know. Sorry, I got like a scab on my fucking chest that I'm like low-key picking like the gross little chud I am. And I bookmarked a few things here. Let me see. Oh, I thought I did. I guess I didn't. But yeah, good on them for not using it. I think it's pretty fucked up. Wait, so you accidentally used AI with a skull emoji. We don't give a singular fuck if the video is AI. Just give us bangers. Making lyric videos from scratch to prove you're a human artist is extremely painful, performative work. Sorry, brother Luke. So yeah, it's not nice. Obviously, it's not nice, and we do see time and time again some bands are not afraid to use AI. I guess like we are unfortunately getting to the point where I guess it's like kind of already there. I complain about it all the time where like it's hard to tell what's real and what's not. To the point where you can actually start a fucking business. That's not nice. Like you can literally start a business using AI art and people will have no fucking idea. And I say it all the time, if you are using AI in anything, if you're transparent about it, I don't think it's like it is what it is. People will love you or hate you. Just like be honest with it, right? Um and I think like using it as a tool, sure, whatever. I'm not a big fan of it in creative spaces, but if you're open and transparent about it, I don't know, do whatever the fuck you want. Let the people decide if they want to like support you or not. Yo, Edgar with the follow. What up, baby? How you doing? But yeah, I don't think there's a lot. Oh, right. So what I was gonna bring up, what I did bring up in the Bring Me to Horizon video was Hot Mulligan also did this where they accidentally used AI, and this is showing like I feel like if it happened twice, this is showing that it could be like a serious problem. Hot Mulligan, it was this thing right here. This apparently is AI. Hot Mulligan had no idea. They like posted it. They got shit for it, right? And the problem with it is people are going to attack Hot Mulligan for it, even though they had no fucking idea. They're not the ones that fucking came up with it. So just like even accidentally associating with it is just like bad PR, and I don't know. It's a scary thing. You really can't trust many people. Edgar, how you doing? How'd you find us? So I know to do what to do more of. But yeah, there's not that much of a conversation to be had here because I feel like every time we talk about AI, it's like the same shit over and over and over. Uh, there's just like it's starting to become like what's the word? I'm just starting to get tired of these AI stories because of how often it's fucking happening. What is the word? Not burnt out. Fatigue. I'm starting to get like AI story fatigued. Scroll through the recommended streamer. Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah. I was seeing if it was through YouTube or what. I don't know how long that segment was, but if it's not long enough, it's probably not worth doing a Vizzy Vods video on it. Yo, Bloom. What up, Bloom? What up, baby? Next up. This segment's going to be a little long. We're going to talk about brand new. All right. So, brand new is making a return to the stage. They're doing like a fucking anniversary tour for like their biggest album they've ever done. And if you don't know who brand new is or you don't remember or whatever, basically they've been called out for, I think the vocalist specifically has been called out for doing some pretty vile shit. I need a refresher, so what we're about to do is go down the brand new rabbit hole. What I remember is so many, bro, a lot of people had brand new tattoos, and it was a literal trend where tattoo artists were doing like cover ups for free. Because brand new, this album specifically, The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me, um, like that is a very, very important album for a fuckload of people to the point where yeah, they get it tattooed, and you see people do it all the time, like tattooing their fucking like favorite band's lyrics or the band's logo or whatever, tattooing it on their body. And it sucks where you have that much trust on an in an artist where you're like willing to permanently put their art on your body for you to then turn around and or come out to be some sort of like dickhead. So yeah, let's go down the brand new rabbit hole, see what they did, see if the time on hiatus was enough, because again I don't remember shit. Let's get into it. Those poor people with Harry Potter tats that needed to be covered up. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty fucked. So this came on my radar. If you go to this tour, you should reconsider it. Sorry. If you go to this tour, you should reconsider, or god damn it. I can't read for shit. If you go to this tour, you should consider redecorating your house with your brain matter. What they're referring to is this. Brand New is coming to Vegas on Friday, November 6th. Register now, blah, blah, blah. And again, I don't remember exactly what happened, so I have a Reddit post here. Did everyone forget the Jesse Lacey stuff, or does nobody care anymore? Now, keep in mind, this was a year ago, right? Actually, let's read this first. So, Brand New tried to make a comeback in 2025. This article will tell us everything, including what happened, I believe. Following their breakup in 2017 after allegations of SA and solicitation of nudes from a minor, whoa. The popular alt emo rock band Brand New has announced plans to reunite and perform a handful of shows in the coming weeks. All right, so here we have a SAer and an actual PDF file. Great. Brand New's official website has revealed, by the way, again, this was in 2025. This isn't like today. This is just we're catching up with the lore. Brand New's official website has revealed there are shows slated for Dallas, Texas, Newport, Kentucky, and Nashville, Tennessee at the end of March. While this technically isn't the first instance of the band getting back together, as they performed a private friends and families only reunion show back in 2024, these are the first public reunion shows the band has announced since disbanding in 2017 after the allegations were brought up against lead vocalist Jesse Lacey. Yo, Epstein, what up? Thought you were gonna go live at 8? Nah, we're going. We went live early today. We got a lot of news to cover. Yo, Kine, what up? We're talking about Brand New just making a comeback here. They're doing like a comeback shows, so we're catching up to everything that happened. What happened with Brand New in 2017? Despite 2017 being the year that Brand New disbanded, it was one of the most successful years in the band's entire career. This is 100% true. Again, bro, I straight up remember Brand New being in everybody's fucking mouths. And I tried giving Brand New a chance because they were so popular, and I just couldn't get into them. I don't know. I don't remember why or anything. I remember I used to work at Amazon, and I gave that one album with the floating astronaut a chance. I didn't get it. And if I remember correctly, there was like a lot of religious stuff in it, and it just wasn't for me. I wasn't a big fan of it. Um, but I was like, whatever, to each their own. And they were like the fucking like sleep token of the emo scene. Like everybody loved Brand New. And then this shit came out. And I'm like, oh, oh, this is crazy. And then that's when I was saying, like all the tattoo artists and shit were like down to basically do cover-ups for free and shit like that. The band had what is it? The band had a surprise release. Wait, what? The band had surprise released their first LP in over 8 years since Science Fiction. I am getting that album right then, right? Is that the album I'm thinking of? What did they release in 2017? Oh, the album I'm thinking about is called Deja Intendu or whatever the fuck. And it looks like that surprise album was, yeah, Science Fiction. Uh, and with it, they managed to land their first number one charting. And with it, they managed to land their first number one charting album in US Billboard Top 200. Not only was Science Fiction the band's first number one charting album, but it was the first independent release to top Billboard Top 200 since Frank Ocean's Blonde in 2016. Oh, that's fucking crazy. Oh, that's fucking crazy. And keep in mind, when Frank Ocean dropped Blonde, the main reason why he was like, you know, he did that successfully as an independent artist was because of the story. So Frank Ocean, when he released Blonde, he literally released an album beforehand, right? And basically scammed his label out of an album, basically did some bullshit slop album, literally, but this still had bangers on it, by the way, to then release Blonde so he could get like most of like the fucking profit or whatever the fuck. I don't remember exactly. But the only reason why Frank Ocean's Blonde was top in 2016 was because of the controversy around like the entire album. Like crazy, crazy big news. So the fact that Brand New was able to stealthily drop an album and do have the same success Frank Ocean did with that massive story, that should be more than enough of like evidence of like, or that should be more, yeah, more than enough evidence to put in perspective how massive this band was at the time. Following the release of Science Fiction, Brand New embarked a US fall tour and had dates planned for UK and Ireland in November. However, during the band's US run, frontman Jesse Lacey had addressed the crowd at a show and stated, "We're going to be a band for about 14 more months. So thank you so much for being here tonight." Ooh, I wonder what that's in regards to. In a few weeks following Lacey's statement, Pitchfork had published accounts from two women alleging that Lacey had committed SA and solicitation of explicit photographs from a minor. Both women in the circle went into detail about their interactions and history with Lacey and how they were 15 and 16 years old when they first met him. Holy. Jesse Lacey's response and Brand New's disbanding. Following the allegations and the detailed accounts written in the Pitchfork article, Lacey posted a blanket statement addressing the very serious accusations. And this is what he said: "I was selfish, narcissistic, and insensitive in my past, and there are a number of people who have had to shoulder the burden of my failures. I apologize for the hurt I have caused and hope to be able to take the correct actions to earn forgiveness and trust." Lacey wrote, "I am sorry for how I've hurt people, mistreated them, lied, and cheated. I'm sorry for ignoring I'm sorry for ignoring the way in which my position, status." Oh! Yo, pandas.
Luwa Ho.
Yo, pandas, what up, my boy? Um, we're going over to Brand New stuff. "I'm sorry for how I've hurt people, mistreated them, lied, and cheated. I'm sorry for ignoring the way in which my position, status, and power as a member of a band affected the way people viewed me or their approach to their interactions with me. And I'm sorry for how often I have not afforded women the respect, support, or honesty that they deserved." I don't like this. Hold on. Let me reread this to myself for a second. Let me kind of indulge into this statement. Wait. That's a very bullshit ass statement. You weren't selfish, you're a predator. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hold on. I was a selfish, narcissistic, and insensitive in my past. Okay. There are a number of people who have had to shoulder the burden of my failures. I guess he's not wrong in that regard. "I apologize for the hurt I have caused and hope to be able to take the correct actions to earn forgiveness and trust. I'm sorry for how I've hurt people, mistreated them, lied, and cheated." See, this is one of those statements where it's like, sure, they're like taking accountability, but okay, a lot of people that get called out for this bullshit, they don't really acknowledge what they actually done, right? Because they don't want the people that don't know what the fuck he's talking about to know what he did wrong, right? Because I guess that he'd be yeah, he's downplaying. He's like, "Yeah, I used to be a bad guy, now I'm not." Right? But it's not as simple as that, right? Like you were literally being a PDF file. Um he's I guess statements like this, it feels like they're just banking on people not looking into what the fuck they've done, so like trying to do as much damage control possible. But like realistically, it's way more respectable when you just do like a solid apology and just talk about like all the bullshit you've done like own up to your shit, and it's more respected. Not that like you can redeem yourself as a PDF file. There's no redeeming that. But at least you're like, just being upfront about what you did at the very least. That's like the least you owe the people. I could just pierce my nose with a Timu kit. Ooh, I hope that shit don't get infected. How you doing, Audrey? Brand New went on to postpone their upcoming UK and Ireland shows, and outside of Lacey's statement, the band didn't post any statement of their own at the time. Brand New's 2025 reunion. So this was last year. As previously mentioned, Brand New has announced their upcoming reunion dates slated for March 26, 28, blah, blah, blah. Outside of these shows, the band hasn't announced any other plans or dates for the rest of the year. However, back in December 2024, Brand New performed private reunion show, which oh wow, it had a strict no phones or video policy. The OG lineup for the band, which consists of Jesse Lacey, guitarist Vincent Accardi, drummer Brian Lane, and bassist Garrett Tierney, I guess is how you say, were all present at the performance. Which, by the way, fuck those guys too, right? Like, fuck those guys too. Okay, sure, you are not the PDF files, but why the fuck are you still playing shows with one? I don't understand this, right? And like okay, so I get it, right? If you have a strong connection, especially when you're in a band with someone for this long, right? Years and years and years, they develop the connection, they develop love for Jesse, right? So in their mind, they're probably like, oh man, not our Jesse, no way. Maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt, blah blah. Like it feels like people are quick to say like fucking noose a bad guy until that bad guy happens to be in their camp, and then they're apologetic for their actions. You know what I mean? It's all good, pandas. Why is it always bands of the alt scenes so hard to try to be a fan of any bands just in case? Yeah, I think what it is, it's like I don't think it's alt scenes specifically. You see it in every scene that there's weirdos, PDF files, like dickheads, right? You see that everywhere. It's just it's more of a power dynamic thing. You even see it in like the YouTuber scene, the Smash scene, the FGC in general. Like every scene has like weirdos in it, and that's because not everybody should have like the amount of power that they do. Them continuing them continuing to play with him actively keep him in a position that lets him keep doing that shit. Exactly, right? If and again, it's easier said when you're not in the band. But I'd like to imagine if I was in this band, I'd say, I don't give a fuck how long I knew you. You're not safe around kids, which they play too, right? They're not safe around. If I'm sure there's kids in these band members' lives that now they have to be wary that Jesse is around, right? I fuck you. Fuck you. You're a scumbag. Go kill yourself. Right? I'm not letting any weirdo like this in my life. I don't give a fuck if it's my brother. I don't give a fuck if it's my dad. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you are this person, I don't give a fuck how close I am to you, right? You're not in my life anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hey 5-6 shirt, you like it? Please say hi to Raylan so she'll leave me alone. Yo, Raylan, what up? In a way, alt scenes feel a bit closer to the audience than like a pop star, so there's a bit more parasocial thing, which why it seems yeah. See, yeah, and you're not wrong in that regard either, right? Like a pop star, when they're mainstream, they're on this untouchable pedestal versus like if you want to go see Ariana Grande, right? You're going to see her play in an arena. If you want to go see uh uh I don't know, whatever band, right? More than likely, they're not playing arenas or stadiums or whatever. You actually have an opportunity to catch them in the parking lot. You have an opportunity to, see them in the street or whatever. So maybe that plays a role. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I agree that like you could probably develop a more parasocial relationship in this scene versus like the mainstream artists and shit. Um, but I don't, that's just speculation, I guess. Um, they go on to mention how, yo, is that the best editor on the fucking planet that just fucking followed me? Is that my goat? Is that my yo, Mikey? What up, my boy? Yo, Taco, what up? Their music is also more personal and feelings based, so people feel like they know the band more than they do. Yeah, see, that's another good point. Damn, Frick, you should be a fucking streamer. Holy. That's another good point that Frick brought up, where, like, yeah, a lot of mainstream artists, right? They talk about more like surface level shit, like, oh no, my heart got broken. Oh, right. Like they talk about a lot about like love, breakups, blah, blah, blah. But like bands, especially with how many there are, you will literally find a band you can relate to, like, like more than a mainstream artist would. I can never be sure. Yeah. It's like you feel betrayed. Yeah, and that's exactly what happens, right? Like you develop this relationship with this band, you develop this relationship with their music, and then it makes the betrayal way more, I guess I guess it makes the betrayal hit harder. It's pretty fucked. It's pretty fucked. Um Even more recently, January 31st, 2025, Jesse performed a solo acoustic benefit show in LA with proceeds going towards California Fire Foundation. All right. Um Now, let's see. I have here two more pages. I have that Reddit post that we could skim through, see if there's anything worth seeing there. And then we have a video attached that I wanted to react to because I don't think this guy is like defending Jesse, but I'm just curious to see what he has to say because I think he's like based off of like the description and like whatever, it feels like the guy is basically saying, "Hey man, we're all human." And if that's the case, I gotta talk my shit because I'm not gonna humanize a fucking PDF file. But let's see what he has to say. Um, so let's see. Let's read this Reddit post real quick. Did everyone forget the Jesse Lacey stuff, or does nobody care anymore? Let me make my camera a little smaller. After seeing many clips of Jesse doing that acoustic show, I keep checking the comments expecting to see people condemning him, but I met with people saying they are so happy and want a reunion tour. All of those people should die? Okay. I'm genuinely not trying to generate any controversy here, I'm just confused. I've been in this scene for a very long time and thought we were all done with him. As a woman with friends and family who have been victims to abusers like Lacey, I wrote him off in 2017, as you should. Brand New is still in my top 5 bands of all time, and I listen to them regularly. But I couldn't imagine directly paying to see him perform. And I'm just curious to why the atmosphere around him has changed so much over this time. Now, when we talk about separating the art from the artist, right? I gotta make that clear. I listen to bands that have done terrible shit. Okay. Um, However, I know I say this all the time, but I feel like I have like there's gonna be a video, and people that haven't heard what I said in the past, I think it's worth saying. It is okay, in my opinion. I can separate the art from the artist if I have discovered that art, fell in love with it before said person came out to be a weirdo. And if you're the type of person that it's like, yeah, they did something bad, can't listen to them anymore, sure, that's fine. But my take on it is I will still listen to that piece of music because I already have my relationship with it. I already love that piece of music. However, if they continue to release shit moving forward, I will not even my morbid curiosity will let me listen to it, right? Because I'm good. I'm all right, right? Like for example, I don't like Brand New. If I seen all this happen and I've never given him a chance, I'm okay with never giving them a chance forever because I didn't give myself that opportunity to develop my relationship with that music. Now, in a case of a band like Can't Swim, I still listen to Can't Swim, but there are specific songs that I can't, right? Because he came out to be like, allegedly, I don't remember so much, but apparently he's like a violent dude, and like SA was involved, the vocalist of Can't Swim. So when I listen to a song, like there's a song that he talks about, like a lyric is like, "I see you nervous as I'm ripping off your clothes," right? I can't listen to that lyric. That shit is gut wrenching. Then he has Yo Spartan with the follow. What up, baby? Thank you. And then he has another song where he's talking about his anger issues. And it's like, damn, if it's to the point where you're like making people uncomfortable or whatever he did allegedly, right? I am uncomfortable listening to this song. You see what I'm saying? What up, Spartan? Welcome to the stream. How'd you find us? Were allegations proven false? Has the scene lost its edge when it comes to accountability? Do people not know or not care? Not trying to start any fights, just interested and confused and looking for some genuine discourse on the subject. All right, let's see. This has the most upvotes. Citrus? Oh, Citrus, baby. Let's fucking go. Yo, Astro, what up? I didn't know about MSI's Jimmy you're in until, yeah. This community is really chill. Hope you find a nice home here. Yes, sir. Yo, Nug, you're fucking hired. You're fucking hired. That's my guy right there. Kids should not be scared coming to school, public activities, or even in their home. And being scared of being R-worded, assaulted, or just anything but simply being a kid. It's sad. It's sad to happen to adults, but kids even worse. I wish I wasn't speaking from experience. Yeah, it sucks, man. It fucking sucks. It sucks. It's a dark thing. Um, I think it's worth taking a moment to actually consider what would you ideally like to see happen with people like this. A PDF file. I think it's. I got a pretty cold take on that. If someone gets rightfully accused of being a sex pest, should we banish them forever? Since they often get fired from whatever job they're doing, do they not get to work anymore? Do they ever get to come back and make music ever? Does it matter if they seem repentant and do work and try to make amends? I guess, look, I guess what this person is trying to say so far is like, okay, he came out, terrible dude. Now what? What do we do? Should he never work again? Should he never do his passion again or pursue what he wants again? I think that doing the actions he did should take away his right to be put on a pedestal again. I don't think this is someone that is um I don't think this is someone who we should be platforming, right? Because you never know. I don't know if this guy's an addict. I don't know shit. I am not okay. Like, sure, work on yourself, good, but you already did extreme wrong, and you have to pay for those consequences. As for working and shit, I think just, bro, stay away from fucking children, man. Keep your I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think I don't know. I don't know. Like, I guess this person is asking what how should this human move in society moving forward? Just keep to your fucking self, man. Stay like I don't know how to answer that if I'm being honest. I just I don't. Yo, Mind Creations, what up, baby? They're putting him in a position where he could touch more kids. Yeah, and we shouldn't fucking do that. I was in Idaho who recently implemented a firing squad for child. See, that's the thing. What should happen to this person? Prison. Fucking prison. That's what that's what should happen. You just get the fuck fire. Yeah, like prison is what should fucking happen. And if you get away with it for whatever reason, then sorry, man. I hate to tell you, I don't think you should be put in a high position anymore. I think you should literally just go to your nine to five, make your little income, and get the fuck out of here. Like, stay away from people. Oh, you're visiting a Fort Word? How many days? Just death penalty? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying any of this to defend Jesse Lacey or any of these people, not even remotely, but I think if you're not going to have a strong opinion on this, that you should be able to answer those questions. These people don't cease to exist when they fade from the limelight, and sometimes I legit think that people have the wrong idea in their hands that canceling someone means they just stop existing and that's the end of it. I don't think canceling someone is, yeah, okay, this guy called out, we're canceling him. It's not they cease to exist. It's that, hey, here's the full fucking awareness. Don't let this human around you or the kids around you. There deserves to be a taxpayer shouldn't have to pay a house. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I fucking love that shit. I love the idea of them being unalive, rather. Too many got away with Scott for, yeah. So it's like no one is saying like, oh, okay, canceled equals canceled means they stop existing. We're saying, hey, look, this person did something terrible. Get the like, make sure he doesn't get into the position where he's in now again. Sounds dramatic, but how someone who assaulted someone able to get free meals and healthcare in prison, but I have to pay for. I know. Yeah. So what is the goal here? Do we want to see these people apologize and be better, or are we just punishing them and hoping they kill themselves or die? Because their lives are completely ruined. Shall we reward people actually doing the work to step up and be better people? No, we shouldn't reward them. What the fuck? Oh, bro. Okay, you know what this is? Should we reward the people actually doing the work to step up and be better people? You know what that's equivalent of? Okay, if you have a fucking problem and you did something terrible and you are doing the work to step up and be a better person, that is what you should, that's what you literally should be doing. Why are we going to reward someone for something they literally should be doing? That's like going to the bar, knowing you're taken, somebody hits on you, you don't reciprocate because you're not a cheater. You go back home and you're like, "Hey partner, didn't cheat on you. You proud of me?" For what? Doing what you're not, like, doing what you're supposed to do? Yeah, I'm proud of you for brushing your teeth this morning. I'm proud of you for wiping your ass. I'm proud of you for scrubbing in between your cheeks in the shower. Get the fuck, what? They got high school cheerleaders and dance in front of Trump's participation trophy. Yeah, a parent prize for not beating their kid. Exactly, right? Hey, everyone, just so you know, I don't hit my kids. Applause, please. Give me the claps. Redditors are ass. I'm convinced most Reddit commenters just sit there in their basement all day and think ways to piss normal humans off. I don't think this commenter is trying to piss anyone off. I think this person is trying to humanize somebody that doesn't deserve it. I think this person, like, which shows they probably have skeletons in their own closet. Uh, Personally, given how many of these dudes have gone about responding in the wrong way only to continue to thrive, I happen to think that if you own up to your shit and actually do the work to be better, that eventually that effort should be acknowledged and perhaps taken into consideration. He didn't, bro. Did he read the apology? What did he own up to? He didn't own up to shit. He didn't even say what he did. Bro. Not sure that just blatantly saying anyone that does a bad thing should be banished forever. Okay, bro, what are you, his fucking PR? Are you, oh my god, this guy's an idiot. Okay, now, like, I'm so annoyed. Blatantly saying anyone that does a bad thing ever banished forever, you fucking idiot. You fucking moron. He's a predator. He didn't just do a bad thing. Holy downplay. Is this guy getting paid? Oh my fucking god. I think this guy is just like, this is definitely someone that is like biased because they love brand new and they're like, maybe it's not that bad of a guy. Like, oh my god, kill yourself too. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. I think Jesse has gone from a symbol of what was wrong with the scene to potentially a symbol of how low to grow and improve to become a better person after allegedly doing some bad things, and he started to take those steps before the allegations went public. I think it's important to have figures like that to set an example to others that change and growth. Oh my fucking god. In my opinion, people seem to care about the Jesse Lacey stuff way more than about other bands. For example, Dylan from Tiny Moving Parts straight up assaulted someone, yet they tour and release albums. Okay, dude, that doesn't mean that he's a good guy. that does not mean that he's a good guy. That does not mean that, like, okay, they took a different route and unfortunately found success from that route. And it's not that people care about the stuff, Jesse Lacey stuff way more. I think this varies person to person and like band to band and how they move. You know what I mean? And also, so did it. Am I like dumb? Didn't Jesse Lacey also like assault someone? What did the guy from Tiny Moving Parts do? Hold on. Tiny Moving Parts allegations. SA found the claim, issued a public apology acknowledging no harm call. Okay, he SA'd somebody. Excuse me. Which is obviously very, very, very terrible, right? But I don't see anything about it being a minor, right? Which again, still a terrible dude. Fuck this guy too. Wholeheartedly, fuck this guy, right? But wouldn't that also make sense though that people care more about the Jesse thing since minors are involved? Right? I'm not trying to say like, ooh, this bad is more bad than this, but I'm just saying that like there's an extra layer to bad shit. They're both terrible fucking humans, right? IW lighting, what does that mean? I don't like this lighting. Everything's too bright behind me. I'm waiting for this fucking sun to go down. I feel bad telling people to kill themselves anyway. I think we're hoping for, yeah. I never say kill yourself, but but like that was more just like a fucking being silly. We like to be silly around here. Unless you're a PDF file, then yeah, kill yourself. There's this literally could go to the series of famous male abusers who haven't been canceled as much as a woman who is smiling. Yeah. Okay. Now, lastly, before we close off this segment, I'm curious to see what this video is. Jesse Lacey, brand new in the truth about vulnerable art and flawed artist.
A listener or viewer forms an emotional bond with someone who doesn't.
All right, hold on. Let's see what this guy got to say.
A parasocial relationship is a one-sided connection. A listener or viewer forms an emotional bond with someone who doesn't know they exist. It's familiar, it's common, and in the age of constant access, most of us live inside one without even thinking about it. The clearest portrayal of this dynamic came from the 1996 film The Fan. In it, Robert De Niro plays a man who believes he deserves something from a baseball player he admires. Attention, recognition, a kind of personal acknowledgement that the athlete never agreed to give. His obsession grows not because of what the player does, but because of what the player doesn't do. The athlete never speaks to him, never corrects his assumptions, never sets boundaries. The silence becomes an invitation, and the fan fills that silence with fantasy. That same dynamic exists in modern music, and no band illustrates it better than Brand New. From the beginning, Brand New positioned themselves differently. They rarely gave interviews, they avoided promotion, they offered almost nothing about their personal lives or artistic intent. Their albums arrived without explanation, and the band stepped into the background as soon as the songs were released. And in that absence, a strange kind of intimacy formed. Listeners took the limited pieces Brand New gave them, lyrics, artwork, fragments of narrative, and completed the rest themselves. The band's silence made room for projection. Fans didn't just connect.
I think, see, again, I was not on the Brand New train. I am not on I don't know shit about them, right? But I think I don't know. Is there something about like when bands give less to fans in regards of here's my personality and here is who I am as a person, does that make the parasocial shit like deeper? Is that what he's about to get into? Because like Sleep Token, right? Holy cults. Holy fucking cults. I don't I know Sleep Token never does interviews, they're anonymous, but does that make them more appealing? I feel like it'd be the opposite, where like a parasocial relationship would develop more when you feel like you know the human more. But I don't know. Let's see what he has to say.
With the music. They connected with the version of the band they built in their own minds. Brand New is a band defined by restraint, by the parts they don't show us. And in these empty spaces, listeners place their own stories, their own memories, their own wounds. Brand New became personal in a way that had very little to do with the people who actually made the songs, which is what made 2017 so jarring. When allegations against Jesse Lacey surfaced, the reaction wasn't just shock, it wasn't just disappointment. It was something heavier. It was something more personal. It was the collapse.
Yeah, dude, if you're like, okay, if you don't give shit to anybody ever, if you don't do interviews, you just like you're in the shadows as your music is like dropping or whatever, you're literally like giving absolutely zero. And the one thing people get is, hey, you're a PDF file. That is absurd. Is this written by AI? I have no idea. We could check after listening more. Bands don't need to let people in their in on their real lives. They don't owe us anything. They made music and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think a band needs to give us anything of their personal lives, but I do think that if they want success, right? Like Brand New without giving anybody anything and finding success is an anomaly. Same thing with Sleep Token. Well, Sleep Token is you could argue that like they just had a strategy going in because of the mass and aesthetic, whatever. But like, I think in order to develop a solid audience of people, you do need the interviews and you do need the press runs and shit,
An imagined person. Because here was a singer who had spent 2 decades writing about being broken, ashamed, longing for forgiveness, wrestling with himself, trying to outrun the worst parts of who he was. The music was always about a flawed human being despite his best efforts. When it became clear that Jesse Lacey was a flawed human being despite his best efforts, many fans felt betrayed. The very qualities that drew people to Brand New, the honesty, the self-critique, the sense of damage, and the desire for healing, were the same qualities they couldn't accept when they surfaced in real life. The gap between the artist and the imagined version finally closed, and what people found there wasn't the hero they'd built, but a human being. This isn't about excusing what happened, it's about understanding why the reaction to it ran so deep, and why the story of Brand New reveals more about us, our expectations, our projections, our need for heroes, than it does about the band themselves. Brand New arrived in the early 2000s, at a time when rock bands were expected to be loud in every sense of the word. They were supposed to give interviews, shoot behind-the-scenes content, appear on TV, explain their songs over and over again. But Brand New moved in the opposite direction. After Your Favorite Weapon, they stepped back from that machine. With Deja Entendu, they were already resisting the usual
This was the album! This was the album I was talking about with the floating dickhead in space or whatever. Art is cool though. Especially for like 2000, what the fuck? 2000 like fucking 0? What year did this shit come out?
Cycle. By the time The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me came out, they'd more or less disappeared from public view. They gave very few interviews, they didn't explain their lyrics, they didn't build public personas on social media. They didn't
Which I feel like that could be like a cool thing. I think giving your audience absolutely nothing, no context to your songwriting or personality, I think that could be a cool thing because it is like kind of like a choose your own adventure story, right? It's kind of like, hey, this is our music. Feel how you want with it. Do what you want with it. It's up to interpretation, unless they make it obvious, obviously. Like unless they make what the music is supposed to mean obvious, rather. 2000, yeah. I love 2000.
To their process or their personal lives. The only reliable contact point between Brand New and their audience was their music. Deja Entendu felt like a band moving away from teenage angst and into something heavier and more self-aware. The Devil and God dug into guilt, faith, doubt, mental illness, grief, and the fear of becoming someone you hate. Daisy sounded like a nervous breakdown put on record, raw, unstable, beautiful, and angry. Science Fiction felt like a long look back at everything, aging, damage, and cycles repeating. Across all those albums, you get a picture of a songwriter who's painfully
Yeah, I do think it's AI.
self-critical, very aware of his own capacity to hurt people, trying to reckon with shame, religion, addiction, and responsibility. The silence turned those songs into a mirror for our own struggles, our doubts, and our deeply personal story. Jesse Lacey never sat down and said, this song's about me, or this one isn't. The band never told people which parts were literal, which were exaggerated, which were characters, which were metaphor. Brand New never asked fans to imagine Jesse Lacey as a moral center. They simply never interrupted the people who did. On early forums, MySpace-era comment sections, Tumblr blogs, and later Reddit, fans picked apart entire albums line by line. They drew straight lines between songs and Jesse's private life, Jesse's faith, Jesse's relationship, Jesse's mental state. But there was no official narrative, so the fans stepped in. For a lot of people, that's a part of why Brand New became so personal. You didn't just listen to The Devil and God, you lived inside it. You mapped your own experiences onto it, your breakups, your guilt, your family, your crisis with your faith. The band never interrupted that process. They never interrupted to say, no, this song's not about that, or this isn't who I am. Their silence was read as depth. Their absence was read as intent. Their refusal to explain was read as integrity. And in that gap, a myth formed. Brand New became the serious band, the honest band, the self-aware band, the band that gets it. Jesse Lacey became in the minds of many fans a very specific kind of figure. Flawed but striving. Broken but trying.
So, okay, so the TLDR of like what he's saying is that they write songs, don't give any context to it. So whatever songs they come out, people expect Jesse to be whatever they're writing about. So I don't know this band. So if he like when he talks about religion or his struggles or whatever, they're like imagining this dude like is literally the embodiment of what he's writing. Um and they're just creating an image in their head that probably isn't real, because just because these are songs and they connect to people doesn't necessarily mean that they are based on a true story. He looked like a young Simon Cowell. He did, right? Look at him. He sees Charlie Kirk. I did not see Charlie Kirk, but I did see Simon. If it's written by literally none of it matters. I don't know. I still want to hear it out to see what message this guy is trying to put out. Like I think the message so far, I think the message he's trying to put out is like, yeah, you connected with this guy, but you don't know him, and it doesn't matter how you connect with him, they could still do bad shit. I think that's the message he's trying to say.
Not to break others. Haunted but morally awake. This version of Brand New wasn't something the band carefully built through public statements and personal access. It was something the audience built out of the songs, out of the album art, out of bootlegs, live videos, and a lot of personal projection. Brand New left a blank canvas, and the fans painted the picture.
Yo, Earthling. What up, baby? Welcome to the channel.
For years, that illusion held. The band stayed quiet, the songs did all the talking. And the Jesse Lacey that many fans knew was as much a construction of their own emotional needs as it was anything rooted in his actual life. That's why what happened in 2017 hit the way it did. It didn't just collide with facts, it collided with a carefully built, deeply personal myth. To understand why the projections around Brand New became so intense, you have to look closely at the music itself. Not as a fan, not as a critic, but as someone trying to understand why a band's work became a canvas for the private emotional lives of millions. Brand New didn't write songs that told you what to feel. They wrote songs that described someone trying and often failing to understand themselves. Across every album, there's a consistency to their perspective. Their lyrics reflect a writer who's often flawed, regretful, wrestling with guilt, wrestling with relationships, wrestling with faith, wrestling with the person he used to be and the person he might become. There are apologies without resolutions, confessions without absolution, moments of clarity that dissolve as soon as you grasp them. But here's what made the writing distinct. The songs never tell you why the songwriter feels the way he does. The listener is given the emotion but not the context. You're handed the scar, but you don't get to see the wound. That absence forces interpretation, and interpretation is where projection begins. Take Deja Entendu. It's a record full of doubt, performance, insecurity, bravado, and emotional exposure. For many fans, it became a soundtrack to their own uncertainty. Then the devil and God raging inside me arrived, and the emotional weight shifted. The themes were heavier: fear, mental illness, unspoken grief, the conflict between wanting to be better and fearing that you never will be. The album gives you snapshots of a man who wants redemption but isn't convinced he deserves it. And because the details are withheld, listeners filled in their own. Someone going through a breakup heard one album. Someone struggling with depression heard another. Someone wrestling with their faith heard something entirely different. By the time Daisy came out, the emotion was more chaotic, more raw. It felt like a band dismantling themselves in real time. And again, no explanations, no commentary. The audience built meaning out of the pieces. Even science fiction continued that pattern. And now,
Okay, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not here for the rise and fall. Is that what this title means? Brand New and the truth about vulnerable art and flawed artists? I'm not here
about
for a rise
recurring
and fall. I
cycles,
want to see what this guy's take is.
unresolved mistakes, aging out of your own identity. It didn't read like an artist looking back with wisdom. It read like someone returning to familiar patterns with the uncomfortable realization that they were never really solved. Across all these records, the emotional tone's unmistakable. Someone trying to reconcile their flaws with their desire to be good. Someone who understands he's capable of harm. Someone who's trying to take responsibility but isn't sure how. These themes resonated deeply with us, especially those who came to Brand New during formative periods of our lives. The music met them at moments when they too were wrestling with identity, morality, relationships, and the question of who they wanted to become. Brand New's music felt personal, not because it revealed Jesse Lacey's inner life, but because it revealed ours. We connected so strongly because the music articulated things we had trouble articulating ourselves. The songs weren't mirrors held up to the band, they were mirrors held up to us. And when art becomes that reflective, people naturally assume intimacy with the artist behind it. They imagine the songwriter shares their values, their self-awareness, their intentions.
They're just the app for engagement or to get monetization? Maybe. Well, I don't know. I think this is like a passionate. I mean, if it's not written by AI, I think it's just like a. I think if you are a fan of Brand New, you would find entertainment in this video. But I'm just doing drama slop. I'm being like a little fucking piggy. Give me the slop, and it's not doing that for me. And now I feel like it's like I got trapped into. I got trapped into checking out like the history that I don't care about.
Assume the person writing these songs must be the version they see in themselves. That was never promised. It simply grew in the space between the records and the silence. Brand New songs gave us feelings, but we gave the songs meaning, and meaning repeated and shared becomes identity. Slowly, the audience built a version of Jesse Lacey who wasn't just a songwriter, but a particular kind of person, genuinely self-aware, emotionally responsible, morally critical of himself. Whether or not that version existed in real life didn't matter. This is how parasocial attachment operates at its deepest level. Not through access, not through oversharing, not through visibility, but through the exact opposite, through a carefully drawn emotional outline that the listener completes on their own. Brand New didn't tell people who Jesse Lacey was, the audience did. Before the scandal, Brand New Silence created a certain distance between the band and its audience. That distance made it
There
easier
we go.
for
Here we go. Now I think we're getting to the part I want.
fans to fill in the blanks. Listeners built Jesse Lacey into a figure defined by insight and emotional awareness. His writing felt too precise, too honest, too specific to come from someone untouched by the things he described. But many fans assumed he was describing darkness from a vantage point above it, like someone who's analyzing a wound rather than someone who's still bleeding. The songs themselves never supported that assumption. Across the band's catalog, the writing reflects a person who knows guilt, who understands the weight of hurting people, who feels the consequences of his own behavior. There's a clarity in the way the songs describe regret, fear, and self-reproach that doesn't come from observation, it can only come from experience. You can't write about darkness that convincingly unless you've lived in the darkness. That's the part of Brand New that people connected with. So when the allegations surfaced, the discomfort wasn't rooted in contradiction, it was rooted in recognition. The themes in the songs, damage, guilt, shame, the fear of becoming a person you don't want to be, were suddenly visible in real life. What listeners had been treating as a metaphor revealed itself as a lived experience, and that's what many people couldn't reconcile. It's easy to relate to songs about human weakness. It's harder to accept that the person who wrote them is a weak, flawed human being. Brand New's silence after the scandal didn't answer questions or soften reactions. It simply removed the distance fans had used to separate the emotional truth of the music from the personal truth of the songwriter. People weren't shocked that Jesse Lacey was flawed. They were shocked to confront how much of themselves they had projected onto someone they never actually knew. The songs were compelling because they came from real struggle. The scandal forced listeners to acknowledge that the struggle wasn't symbolic. It was a struggle of a man, complex, imperfect, inconsistent, with the same capacity for harm, regret, confusion, and self-interrogation that drew people to music in the first place. When people talk about the Brand New scandal, they often frame it as a story about a band that disappointed its audience. But that reading is incomplete. It ignores the larger, more uncomfortable truth sitting in plain view. Great art, especially the kind that moves us, doesn't come from well-adjusted, untested, perfectly balanced human beings.
Of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't, right? Yeah, he's not wrong. Like, good art doesn't come from like fucking perfect human, right? But if you are okay, if you were, again, I don't know their lyrics, but if you're lyrically writing about one thing, right? Like, let's just use heartbreak for example, because it's generic, or like struggling with spirituality or whatever, right? If that's what you're lyrically writing about, and you're trying to say, hey man, this guy's putting on display that he struggles and he's imperfect, he cheated on his partner and he's heartbroken for her or whatever. Okay, yeah, I get that. But nowhere is he outwardly saying, hey, I like kids. like I gotta re-listen to that one part.
It comes is incomplete. It ignores the larger, more uncomfortable truth sitting in plain view. Great art, especially the kind that moves us, doesn't come from well-adjusted, untested, perfectly balanced human beings. It comes from people who've been in the dark long enough to know what it feels like, and honest enough to put it into words.
Okay, but you're not being honest. You're not being honest. Right? I don't listen to. Are there any brand new band songs about Jesse's pedophilic ways? I don't know them. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. I don't know them. No. Older songs reevaluated in hindsight. Many listeners point out that Brand New's older discography is famously filled with themes of guilt, manipulation, and self-loathing. Following the public emergence of the allegations of late 2017, several tracks took on a more disturbing connotation for fans. Okay, so it seems like, hey, yeah, like I'm guilty and I've manipulated and I've done shit. Damn. If that's the case, maybe that is a little different. I don't know. Maybe he does have some ground to stand on. If it's like, if he's over here, like writing songs about, I've done bad things and I'm a terrible person. I got so many skeletons in my closet that you guys, though, I don't want to be honest about, but I'm a terrible human. And it turns out like what he's saying is facts, then yeah, I guess it shouldn't be all that surprising. It's just like, if the lyrics are vague enough, it's kind of like, oh man, I'm guilty too. One time I kicked a duck because it was trying to grab the sandwich out of my hand, so I kicked it.
Brand New's music resonated with us because it captured experience most of us couldn't articulate on our own. Fear of who you're becoming, guilt for what you've done, longing for forgiveness, the constant tension between wanting to be better and knowing you might never be. Those aren't ideas you invent from a safe distance. Those are things you learn by living through them. That doesn't excuse harm, it doesn't erase hurt. It's easy to admire art about human weakness when you can pretend that the artist stands outside of it. It's harder to accept that the artist stands exactly where you do, inside the same flawed, complicated humanity that their art describes.
Cue heavy instruments for the dramatic moment.
People weren't disturbed because Jesse Lacey turned out to be imperfect. They were disturbed because the myth of separateness collapsed. Because the line between creator and listener disappeared.
No, dude, it's not this deep. People are disturbed because he did weird shit. What the fuck are you talking about? People were disturbed because trying to solicit nudes from a minor is disturbing shit. What are we on about here?
The struggle they recognized in themselves wasn't symbolic. It belonged to the person writing the songs just as much as it belonged to them.
That he's spitting though. That he's spitting. That part he's spitting. That he's spitting. He's saying that, like, yeah, okay, an extra layer to it being disturbing is like, yeah, the out of left field surprise of like, hey, yeah, I thought this was about like me kicking a duck, but it ends up being like a confession of him doing like PDF file shit.
This is the real heart of the parasocial relationship. We don't want our artists to be perfect, but we also don't want them to fail in the same ways that we fear we might fail. Brand New's silence forced a confrontation, not with the band, but with ourselves. It exposed how much of the narrative around their music was built from projection, imagination, and need. And in that way, this story isn't about the downfall of an artist. It's about the limits of the fantasies we attach to the artists we love. It's about the gap between who a musician is and who their fans require them to be. It's about the danger of believing that emotional truth in art guarantees moral clarity in life. Great art comes from flawed people. It always has, it always will. And the real discomfort in the Brand New story isn't that the songwriter was flawed, but that we are too. And their music felt like home because of it.
Wait, hold on. He said,
comes from flawed people. It always has, it always will. And the real discomfort in the Brand New story isn't that the songwriter was flawed, but that
the discomfort isn't that Brand New is flawed,
we are too.
But we are too.
And their music felt like home because of it.
Their music felt like home because we're both flawed. I don't know. Maybe if you're a fan of Brand New, this shit hit different, but it didn't for me. It didn't for me. It felt like what I just watched was like somebody saying like, hey man, nobody's perfect in this world. And if you're upset, it's kind of your problem. If you're upset, it's kind of your problem because nobody in this world is perfect. I'm sure music makes you feel at home if you lose it. Yeah. Look, again, I don't, if his point is, maybe I'm like misinterpreting the video, because I guess another point he could be making that I'm not understanding is like, probably something along the lines of just adding a layer of like, yeah, he's a bad guy and did bad shit, but you also feel extra disappointed because of the connection you had with the music and what you thought it could have potentially met, and it coming out to be a lot more twisted and dark than you initially thought just hit you in a much deeper way. Maybe that's probably what he's trying to say. Maybe I'm just like kind of like being a dick. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what he had, like what the comments have to say and what he's saying to them, because I think that'd give us a better little. There's so much I like to say that I still can't put it to words 8 years later. Speed. Was it? I've never judged this art against its creators, though. It's its own entity, which I think is fair to say. This is great. You're so right about the lack of explanations, allowing each one. Maybe it was easier for most of us to ignore, forget, forgive, because we all wanted a little bit of that for ourselves. I'm not proud of who I was. To be honest, I'm still not there, but I consider myself a good person at heart. Buddy, are you self-snitching? Being a human is complicated for all of us. Yeah, it is, but holy. There's largely a problem with celebrity culture in general, not just musician worship. Disturbed has been my favorite band since I was in middle school, yet when all that stuff came out about David signing bombs came out, I had no problems dragging him for what he did. They're just people who make songs, and people suck and do horrible things on a regular basis. Listen to the music and enjoy it, but don't kiss the ground they walk on unless you want to be disappointed. That's true. Brand new forever. Okay. Interesting. I was watching, found myself crying at different parts. I'm 36 now. I've listened to brand new since I was 14, so remember listening to it. Oh, buddy, I'm not reading all that. When the allegations against Lacey surfaced, I recalled the immediate widespread public shock, yet my reaction was different. I admitted to a friend that I was not surprised at all. In hindsight, the allegations provided a disturbing context to his music. Listening to him was like reading a novel that foreshadows a tragedy, even though that full reality isn't revealed until the final chapter of the book. I think that's a good way to look at it, too. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, now we know. Now we know, to be honest, hey, Jenny, maybe we could cut me reacting to that guy's video out of his VOD's video. I don't know if it's too necessary. I feel like his video I didn't really get any, I wasn't really able to add much commentary to it because I kind of got tricked into watching a Rise and Fall video. Well, no, actually, you could just trim the shit out of it and just do the, like, just the important parts of me just saying, like, yeah, basically he's saying, I don't know, the parts that make me sound smart. The parts that make me sound smart. Oh shit, that's so loud. Oh my god, hold on, that is so loud. That is so loud. I lost brain cells watching. That video was dumber than Vizzy and the Nuzlocke. Eat my ass. There's so many good musicians that you have no excuse to support. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That whole thing was... I am like shocked that people are here defending him. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Wait. I forgot to do my closing words. I forgot why we even got into all of this. So closing words. Should anyone participate to that anniversary show or tour they're doing? Should anyone pull up? Is it okay for them to do it? I think not. I think not. I think, again, if you're a PDF file, I think you should stay in the fucking shadows, go work a different job where there's no children around. You are not wanted in the scene. Maybe like 5 people on this planet want you. But for the most part, no PDFs are wanted in the scene. I don't give a fuck if you were trying to project it in your music. I don't care if you were trying to, I don't know. I just don't, get away. Get away! And I'm not coming to you. And no kids. That better be an 18 plus show at least. God damn. God damn. Those are the closing words. Those are the closing words. All right. Oh, big update, by the way. I'm not going to reveal who. What is this? Forever Zone? So I'm 100% confirmed going to Furnace Fest. 1000% confirmed. It's straight up about to be like a mini YouTuber convention. A mini YouTuber meetup. Like, it's about to be popping. It's about to be popping. Things are like pretty much 80% locked in. And I think it's going to be a great time. I'm excited. I hope everyone could pull up who is potentially going to. I think it's going to be a great fucking time. It's about to be a movie, bitch. It's about... And I don't think I've ever... like linked up with another YouTuber before. You're coming? Yeah, okay. Are you coming? If anyone pulls up to Furnace Fest, that'd be awesome. Sounds really fun. Dude, it's about to be a good time. I'm gonna try to IRL stream a little bit of it. A little bit. Just a little bit. I don't, like, maybe... I was considering doing content kind of like Neopunk FM style for the second channel. But also, I kind of just want to enjoy my time. You know? We'll think on it. There's still a lot of time to think on it. I like, maybe a vlog. I don't know. Some shit. Yo, my armpit hair looks like they're spiky. Sonic the Pit. Sonic the Armpit. There was something... Hold on. Really quick. I want to show you guys something. People are absolutely clowning on this. I can learn to grow wings. That'd be fun. It's like $1,000 to fly to America and I have to renew my visa. Oh, dude, I gotta get my fucking passport. There's a balance between YouTube job and just personal life. You should enjoy yourself. Tell us about it later. I have been so whenever I go to shows, I do give you guys a story of it, and I think that's fun to do. But Furnace Fest is such a big event. I feel like it's like I don't know, like worth documenting. But at the same time, I feel like if you're so worried about shots and you're so worried about like making good content, it's just gonna kind of take away from like just being there at the moment. You know, it's kind of like I was watching Omni recently. No, not Omni. Oh yeah, Omni. What's it? Is it Omni? I sleep. And I told you guys to ask me what you want, or told you guys to tell me what you want tomorrow. What's the name? I'm pretty sure it's Omni. I haven't seen Omni play. No. Let me see. Yeah, it is Omni. Inferno Omni. Who is? There's an Omni Plays too, isn't there? No, there isn't. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. But yeah, I do watch Omni like pretty. I don't know how I forget his name. I watch him like pretty fucking often. And he was talking about how like watching a movie while eating or watching a show while eating, there's a flaw to that, and the flaw is or a downside, and the downside is you are telling your brain to do two different tasks. So for example, if you sit there, yo Doge, what up baby? If you sit there and eat without YouTube, without show, without movie, you will enjoy the food a lot better, a lot more. Or if you watch a movie without eating or sorry, yeah, you will enjoy the food a lot more, or you will enjoy your media a lot more if you sit there and focus on one thing instead of dividing your attention to two different things. We could have SimVizzy reenact the concert experience. Yeah. BVB and TX2 are gonna let our life, but there's one of the ones more bands, but my favorite ones are different days, plus I'm not comfortable with the nudity. Wait, what? What nudity? Wait, what? Yeah, man, you don't know what's anything. You're allowed to enjoy things without updated YouTube. Like, yeah, that's, I don't know. Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll figure it out. Okay, Doge. Okay, dude. Oh man, I hope MGK is there. Oh. Louder Than Life is legit the only shit we got in Kentucky. No, Louder Than Life sometimes have like banger lineups. Wasn't the 2025 lineup like absolutely insane? Let me see. This is the 2026 lineup. Okay, I see where all the 80-year-olds are going to be at. No, this is a crazy lineup, dude. Wait, what? This is in Louisville? My candidate, remember. Okay. What? This is a crazy lineup. You got to make sure you watch Bill Murray because you're going to see Jeremy McKinnon play with them, guarantee. Well, hold on. Now that I'm like looking. Wait, Get Scared? What? You got to see Get Scared. Oh no, I don't think I see Flying in Reverse. Oh no. No, dude, this is a solid lineup. This is a great lineup. You can't go. What's the command? I forget. Maybe exclamation mark just Ronnie or something. Wait, this Get Scared back? I guess it's only this. It's only for this, I guess. Oh no, I think they're back. I don't know. Weren't they under fire for something to Get Scared? Were they? Former vocalist Joel Favier arrested and charged with multiple CP offenses in February of 2017. What? Immediately removed them. Wait, what? This was in 2017. So he's been on every record except for the Dead Days. Oh my god. I had no idea. Fuck, man. Best Kind of Mess is so good. What did I miss we were talking about? We were first talking about Brand New. Now we're talking about Get Scared. Fuck, man. At least he's not in a band anymore. See, that's how you do it. You're just supposed to get him fucking booted. Get him booted. Fuck you. Move forward. That's how you're supposed to do it. Not whatever bullshit Brand New is on. I know they have nothing to do with each other, but whenever I think of Get Scared, I think of Sworn In. You guys remember Sworn In? So good. Fans got so mad because the frontman got married. Wait, what? To which band? Sworn In was so good. I ever told you that reminds so much amateur marriage to fanfiction? Wait, what? Portuguese Tommy. Yeah, Sworn In was so good, man. So good. Sworn In, you know what they did? They had their strategy for trying to get as poppin' as possible was like hit up, like literally DM as many people as they possibly can on like social media. That's like how some of my friends discovered them. Anyway, oh, really quick, I wanted to show you guys this. Hold on. This is crazy. A horny metal night. Bro, a horny metal night is crazy. Horny metal night. Best fit wins venue voucher and plushies. So I guess this is like emo night, but for horny metal. Bad Omens, Dayseeker. Okay, Bad Omens and Dayseeker, I understand. Horny metal, sure, right? Typo Negative, him, just like the goth fucking, like the gothic type shit, right? Acid Bath. No idea why Acid Bath is here. I would not describe Acid Bath as horny metal at fucking all. In fact, I would say Acid Bath is probably the opposite of horny. I think that shit will like make my dick shrivel like so small, go up to my belly, inside of my belly. Sleep Token, CEO of horny metal. Spirit Box, don't know how Spirit Box is horny. Deftones, I get. 9 Inch Nails, I don't listen to. I couldn't tell you. Aren't they like industrial metal? And what the fuck is Jutes? I don't know what Jutes is. Asimeth, total opposite. Ho scaring music. Is this Philly? I don't know. It's an emo carnival. Sleep Token is horny metal for versions. I would like, bro, and some of these are so funny. You're getting molested like crazy if you go here. Yeah. Jutes is modern metalcore. He dates Demi Lovato. We love Demi Lovato here. Spirit Box's music isn't horny, by the way. You just think Courtney is hot. Just because you're horny, it does not make the music horny. The fact that Acid Bath has turned into one of those bands make me genuinely depressed. I don't like Acid Bath, to be honest. In which fucking way is Acid Bath sexy? Acid Bath is sexy if you like live under a bridge. The home team is horny metal. They're not metal. They're like horny pop punk. That's the only thing. But they're definitely horny. Yeah, I'd be horny at home for free. Modern metalcore. I've never heard of Jutes. Spirit Box back on that horny metal list despite not having any horny songs whatsoever. I have something to say about this. Yo, Hooli Buddha for Gouda. What up, baby? Do you fuck with horny metal? Typo Negative gets my goose honking. Anyone going to this is subhuman. People hate this. Can I get ultra woke and say the only reason why people put lump Spirit Box in this fuck ass horny metal bullshit is because the vocalist is a woman, or will I be stone free Courtney? Also, no Motionless and White on here is diabolical work. They have 3 horny songs, 6 if you count cinematic, and the Dead as Fucks. Yo, Spade! Spade, my goat. What up, baby? How you doing? That one Spirit Box song about her grandma getting dementia is top 10 horny material. I don't understand why Spirit Box is on here. You need a deep relationship to music for Acid Bath to be horny. Powerwolf is very horny power metal. I don't know. I don't listen to them enough to agree or disagree. Speaking of Sleep Token, now that we got Sleep Token in our mouths, so okay, the VOD might be cooked, to be honest. Wait, why am I recording? I have been recording this whole stream. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh hell no. Almost 2 hours? I know. My fucking how big is this file? Hold on. I got to see how big this file is real quick. Properties. Damn, I just did a 5 gig recording. Deleting that bitch. Whatever. I'll show you guys at the end of the VOD. Or you know what I'll do? Before stream ends, I want to show you guys. There's a few shorts I want to farm, just 2. But it has to do with copyrighted music that YouTube will not allow me to play. So we'll do it at the back end of the stream. I think the first 30 minutes you can cut out due to topic. I like those conversations though. I think the beginning of stream is some of my favorite because I like those random fucking conversations. All right, next segment. I don't think this next 2 segments are going to be all that long. The lighting is starting to get good. Been well, now I feel like a true roller coaster enthusiast after going to Cedar Point and Kings Island in 1 week. And the one left from me. Oh, Kings Island in Cincinnati. Oh shit. I didn't know you were into. Wait. I didn't know you were into coasters like that. I've been to Kings Island. That shit is fun as hell. You know what's funny? I've also been, bro, I went to Dorney Park and Hershey Park the same week as well. I think you and I, bro, Spade, I think we got to link up, do a little coaster date. I might get canceled for the Romani. Why? They don't know the difference between. Ooh. Listen, man, cancel me for being human. Cancel me. Cancel for being human. It is what it is. Yeah, Dorney was fun, man. Dorney was fun. And when I hit Dorney, it was a good time because it was like not busy. We hit the dry ride, like the actual amusement park first, and then we hit the water park. While like I think a lot of people did the opposite. I think they did the water park first and then like the non-wet rides. But I think I did like the method. Because straight up, like if you go to an amusement park that has both, straight up, everyone just runs to the water park as soon as the gates open. I like to see your reaction to POV of Siren's Curse at Cedar Point, and I wrote it back to row. Let me see. Yeah, we'll check it out real quick. Quick little intermission before we get into the next 2 segments. Let's see. You heard that King Dakar is coming down? Cedar Point, Siren's Curse. It smells like feet in my room. Thank God smell-o-vision don't exist. Woo! I got imploded around 4 or 5 months too about it. What do you mean imploded? Is this fun? Oh my God, there was one ride we went on where the ride, it like goes, and then it stops. And you're like, what the? Boom! Takes the fuck off. That shit was crazy. Oh, the King Dakar already came down. Oh shit. The new King Dakar concept includes rotating seats, but nobody likes it. Ooh, I don't like rotating seats. Oh, it got imploded. Oh shit, that's crazy. Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. How steep is this bitch? Where's this going? Is it going backwards? Where's this going? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, bitch. Oh my God. Oh, hell no, bitch. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I can't watch this. I'm getting dizzy. I can't watch this. That is crazy. Very roller coaster tycoon. Yeah. Imagine this at night. Oh man. Fuck that shit. I know. Dude, that is crazy. You know what ride I like? What was it? There was one that I really liked at Dorney. I forget which one it was. The iconic one is the one that's like in the shape of a U kind of, but there was another one that was so good. I forget what it was. That was your ride? That's awesome. I miss theme parks. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know what's funny? every summer I tell myself this summer I'm gonna do a lot of shit. This is my summer. This is the summer I'm gonna go crazy with doing shit, and I never actually do shit. But I think this summer so far has been that summer. Like was it Steel Force? No, Steel Force is good, but it's not that one. Steel Force is good. But it's not that one. I forget what it was called, but there was one I really, really liked. Like I did a lot of shit this summer already, and it barely started. I'm excited. No loops. Want to feel like going to a park? Open YouTube on VR. Search up coaster POV. Wait, there's a V. Oh, that's awesome. Why does it have to be summer though? What do you mean? Because summer is like, you know, where everything is popping. It's like you get to do water stuff. Townsley, I don't Hydra. Oh my, it was Hydra. Wait, I think it was Hydra. Was it Hydra? Let me look it up. I think it was Hydra. That's the one next to Steel Force, I believe. Dorney Park. Was it Hydra? Hydra to Revenge? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this one. Steel Vengeance. I think I remember. It might have been Steel Vengeance. Was it? Oh yeah, it was this one. It was this one. It was this one. I might get dizzy though. I don't know if I could read this. Oh my god, this gets me so dizzy. I can't watch this. But I'm pretty sure. Where's Cedar Point located? This is the one. Let me see. Oh, it's in Ohio? Are you an Ohio head? Or revisiting? No, actually, I don't think it was this one. Man. It was like unique in some way. Damn, okay, I have a question. Now that I have like somebody that's like super into roller coasters, what is the appeal? Is it the architecture in it? Is it like the concept of it? Like what makes a good coaster versus a bad one? I'm curious. Because lately I've been really fucking with it. And as you go on it, you learn like, oh yeah, that's cool. This one is made out of this material. This one's made out of that. The adrenaline, okay. Playing tours just for the park, that's cool. Steven, roller coaster are mad fun. They are. Yo, Jacko, what up? How you doing, baby boy? We're talking about roller coasters, and we did a brand new spiel, and we spoke about there wasn't much of a conversation to be had with the Beartooth AI thing. Now we're about to talk about the Bren Lukes returning to stage, and we're going to talk about merch cuts with the Browning. Phuket Islands of Adventure. Oh my god, dude, I gotta go to Six Flags, bro. I gotta go to I haven't been to Six Flags in years. Talk about a ride. Search up top 302 and look at stats. What do you mean stats? Like rides have stats? Good is completely subjective. Learn from a lot of El Toro Ryan's YouTube. Used to be a ride operator at King the Caw. Oh, that's crazy. I love watching flat ride disaster videos. Not much going on in life once you turn 30. Just woke up, so I thought I'd be super helpful in comment. No, you're good. You're good. 400 top speed. Whoa, 120. Oh my god, that is scary. That is scary. I rode King the Caw, but to be honest, it being like a fucking 3-second ride kind of blew my shit. I feel like King the Caw and in Hershey Park, they have something called the Super Duper Looper, right? I think they're both in the same sphere where it's not about the actual ride. It's about saying I did that. Top thrill. So Super Duper Looper was the this is what I've been told, I could be wrong, but by somebody working there or somebody that goes there, I don't remember. Super Duper Looper is the first roller coaster to have a loop. So top throw 2 bet. So basically, so basically the ride is still up, and I feel like it's because it's just like a historical thing at this point, not because it's a good ride, because the ride is pretty ass now, right? Because like time has happened and we have better rides. Same thing with King Ka, where it's like, sure, the ride is kind of ass because it's 5 seconds, but it's more so like, hey, yeah, I went on this tall fucking thing with this crazy steep thing. 108-year-old, goddamn. El Toro, oh yeah, El Toro was fucking good, man. I loved El Toro. I rode that bitch while it was drizzling once. Have y'all ever rid a roller coaster while it's like raining a little bit? That shit hurt in a good way. No bells, free admission in the woods near. Ooh, no bells, it's free admission? So how do they make money? Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's scary. I think that's super scary. Is this coaster also like 2 seconds long? Oh my god, look at that fucking steepness! Bro, look how steep that bitch is. Oh my god. Coaster penis. Love me a good coaster cock. You buy rides? Okay. Oh, what? Oh, it doesn't go all the way at first. Ooh. Oh, my dog farted. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. You know what's funny? I'm obviously not on the ride, but it's like giving me anxiety. Oh, 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 he's gonna make it, he's gonna make it. Oh, no, bitch, no, bitch. Oh, hell no. Oh, man, that's scary. That looks like a fun one. You hate roller coasters? You do? Damn. Damn. That's one of those ones where I'll feel proud of for going on. Yeah, there's certain things I won't do. Like, I'll never do, like, fucking extreme shit. Like, you'll never catch me skydiving or nothing like that. You'll never catch me on a helicopter. I only hate that I can't afford to ride them all. Yeah. Bro, they're expensive, man. They're expensive. Alright, last one. Intimidator 305, King's Dominion, bet. Oh, last one. That's pretty cool, man. The coaster scene. We had one guy in here. His name used to be like Coaster Kook. He used to be in here pretty often. He was another. It's cool. The coaster scene is like pretty massive. King's Dominion. Where's this at? Let's see. Crazy to see my special interests combine in one stream. Yeah. Oh, Virginia? Oh, fuck yeah. You know what's... Okay, I could be wrong. You know, I've been waiting for Coaster Kook to make a return to stream. I think I've seen him once at Hershey Park. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen him at Hershey Park. So I'm like, huh, he looks familiar. And we made eye contact and it was awkward. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Coaster. Because remember he did like a face reveal for whoever was here when we were doing like room reviews or something. Because I think I recognized he had like a colorful hat or something. I could be wrong. But like we didn't say hi to each other or anything. Because I wasn't sure. He watches me. He would know, or watched me. He would know if it was me or not. But I was going off of like memory from one faint photo. Coaster had to turn it edited because it would make people black out. What? Black out? Why? From what? Oh, this looks so fun. Oh, I'm getting nauseous. Oh, I'm getting nauseous. Oh, I'm about to throw up. I can't. I'm not even on this shit. I'm about to throw up. Oh my god. I can't watch this. I couldn't even watch Doctor Strange. All right, no more coaster videos. I'm gonna throw up. Oh, but guess what? I have one Bud Light. Yo, Noah. What up, baby? Are you the only YouTube guy? Maybe. The chat is typically on Twitch. Because you know what it is, Noah? YouTube is good for streams if you kind of listen in the background and it's more you're like more podcasty, so you could pause, rewind, whatever. But Twitch is better for interaction. If you're a chatter, that's where people typically live on Twitch if they like to engage in chat. So if you're looking for a chatting experience, Twitch is the better move. But if you like to, if you're using it as like second monitor content, YouTube is the move, you know? Maybe he did recognize you, but they don't want to intrude on your day, respecting your privacy. Maybe. The first turn is 4.5 sustained G-forces. Damn. God damn. The first time I got recognized outside was actually at Kings Island. Now that I think of it. That was the first time I've ever been recognized from YouTube. And you know what's funny? It wasn't even for the music content. It was for my Apex Legends content. I only had like 2,000 subs for doing Apex Legends shit. What about brand new? Didn't hear. It was a whole thing. Basically, they're trying to come back to stream. They're trying to go back to stream. Stream. They're trying to get back to shows, and people are not having it. Well, I'm not having it. Fuck that. All right, Spade. Catch you in a bit, man. All right. All right, let's get back into slop. There was lots of screaming into the mic during the brand new section. It was great. Out of passion. Out of passion. All right, that Nintendo playlist is starting to, I guess it's just like a handful of songs looped. But we're going to do this other one that looks like there's like 400 fucking songs. But we're going to go ahead and pause it. You know what I've been wanting to watch? You know what I've been craving? So I don't typically watch shows on my own because I just don't really have the time to sit there and watch a show, but I want to so bad. So what I do is I like listen. So I'll be going about my day doing chores, beating my meat, showering, whatever, editing, and I'll have a show in the background. And I finished The Orville, so now I ran out of shit to watch or listen to. And I've been y'all ever seen Terrace House? Oh, Terrace House is so good. Yo, Inky Bear, thanks for the follow, dude. But it's only in Japanese, so it gets me so tight that I can't watch it. Born to nerd about coasters, forced to make drama slop. Slop! 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 May have to head out. Again, over here. Got you, my boy. Catch you tomorrow. I go. Don't beat your meat to me. Oh man, I got spit all over my mic. Thank God I got this sock on it. Oh, my fucking jaw almost unhinged. You're Noah? Okay, welcome to the purple side. We lost Thick, but we gained Noah. Big shoes to fill, Noah. Finally going to I don't make the rules. Hey, I don't make the rules around here. When nature calls, sometimes you gotta get the venom out of the snake. Sometimes you gotta, you know. Sometimes you gotta milk yourself. All right. The chat's way quicker on Twitch. Yeah, it is, and like less delay. That's what I'm saying. It's the Twitch experience is better for chat because of the I didn't mention that because of the delay as well. But like second monitor content, YouTube's the way. Because again, you could just like pause it and shit, and like you could straight up pause and then rewind and whatever. And Twitch, unfortunately, you can't do that for whatever damn reason. It's so annoying. Amazon backed, by the way. Whatever. All right, let's just get into it. What's a good Oh, I thought of you. I was drinking tea, Jacka. A little tea lad. What's a good intro? I ran out of water. I'm gonna have to grab water after this segment. Okay. Bren Lukes. Oh, it's Lukens. Oh, whoops. Modern Baseball's Bren Lukes returning to the stage to open for Jeff Rosenstock. Now, if you don't know, which I'm sure you did, that's why you clicked this video, Bren Lukes, Modern Baseball, massive band. Okay? Massive fucking band. If you are a fan of not even Midwest emo specifically, just emo in general, sad shit, you are 1000% aware of Modern Baseball's existence, right? Like people reference them all the time. Everyone loves them. Such a charming band. So like simple, but like with depth and layers into the music. I love Modern Baseball so fucking much. Um, but anyway, they did go on hiatus some time ago. Uh, let's go ahead and read it. And by the way, I'm pretty sure the tour that they ended up going on, they were about to go on, they were about to go on a tour. They went on hiatus, and I think the tour was Modern Baseball, Front Bottoms, and um Kevin something in the goddamn band or whatever. It was a stacked lineup. Wait, Modern Baseball last tour canceled. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure maybe it's on their Twitter. It was bro, I was so excited to go to that show. Modern Baseball. Let me see. Oh, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I'm full of shit. Oh, it was Kevin Devine. That was the name. Kevin Devine in the goddamn band. I just remembered. I can't find it. Let me look it up. Unless that wasn't Modern Baseball. Kevin Devine. Here it is. This is what I'm thinking about. It was this spring tour. It was with Modern Baseball, Kevin Devine and a goddamn band, Sorority Noise, and the Obsessives. Okay, I guess I'm just fucking dreaming that the Front Bottoms was also on this. But I don't know. I don't even know if this was the last tour, to be honest. I'm full of shit. I'm a liar. I'm just out here spreading misinformation. I'm a piece of shit guy. You know me. Anyway, so I wanted to go over this, and I believe this is going to talk about why they broke up and stuff, because there wasn't like an exact reason. I don't think. I think it was something about like mental health stuff. So I'm pretty sure this little article is going to go over it. Let's go over why they broke up and why Bren hopping on stage is a big deal. The whole Modern Baseball left. I don't know what compelled me to listen to Modern Baseball on my drive home from work. In the last month, Modern Baseball released demos of their songs Pothole and Rock Bottom. Yeah, that should be made known where, yeah, they're on hiatus, but I think they did like some off Halloween shows here and there or something. And they still released like a few tracks here and there. So yeah, they're on hiatus. I don't think they're ever coming back, but they still do a few things. Yo, G Dude Ollie, what up, baby? Thank you for the follow. Favorite band right now? To be honest, maybe I think 156 Silence. Ooh, back from shopping. What you get me? It wasn't the new music or band reunion announcement that I had hoped for, though. God damn it. God damn it. It wasn't the new music or band reunion announcement I had hoped for, though longtime Modern Baseball fans know this hope is more of a pipe dream than a realistic expectation. Yeah, if you're a fan of Mobo, you basically swallowed the pill that they're probably never coming back. And not in the sense of like, oh yeah, my cam's never coming back. There, yeah, and then eventually they do. No, like, my cam has always like you had this lingering feeling knowing that they will do a return at some point, and they inevitably did. Modern baseball, no, they're not coming back. I think I will straight up, I will bet my dick and balls that they're not coming back. By the way, hold on, pause. I did a tweet and I'm like, this will probably kill on Twitter, but I'm not active on Twitter or anything. I was just hoping I'd get some love on this specific tweet. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll get some likes on this or something. But now that I did it, I only got 2 likes. It's embarrassing. Shaved my dick and balls for the first time in years. My shit is ugly. Goddamn. 2 likes. Now I'm embarrassed. Sorry to remember a super sick video. It made me thanks, man. Thanks. Yo, Ollie, I appreciate it, man. I try. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. I'm not the only one to thank. My team, Jenny and Hot Toxic. I believe they're still in chat. You got to thank them too, man. Can't do shit without them. And to be honest, everyone here too. Can't do shit without you guys keeping me going. I got hygiene shit like lotion, body wash, sugar scrub. Blah, blah, blah. Nice. What kind of monster flavor? Movements dropped. Oh my god, Movements is so fucking good. People are sleeping on Movements. Okay, anyway, back to this, and then we'll talk about Movements. I'm down to hear that on stream. We could do. I think we typically end stream at 10. I think we're gonna have some time left over. We could listen to some music and stuff at the end. But anyway, it wasn't the new music or band reunion. We read that. As the familiar chords and voice of Jake Ewald filled my car, is that how you say it? As the familiar chords and voice of Jake filled my car, I could feel I could feel my heart constrict as my mind unraveled the memories I had long forgotten. 100%. Sometimes you listen to a band you haven't listened to in so long. Actually, kind of like what Ali just said in chat, right? Like you listen to a band you haven't heard in so long and you just get filled with so many memories and it takes you back to a specific time, right? Like I get this feeling. When I discovered Hot Mulligan back in like the pilot era and stuff, I was also listening to a lot of Inuit, that album by Foxing, and both of those songs do the same thing for me, where it takes me back to a specific winter that like I listen to it. It could be like summer and I feel like cold, right? And in this specific winter, I remember I was not living in a house, but I was visiting this house often because I was talking to a girl at the time where she had it was winter, no heater. It was butt fuck freezing. And then I listened to it and it takes me back to that like house in that kitchen and it being so cold. And like literally I'm even thinking about it and I'm feeling cold and it's fucking summer right now. You know what I mean? Yo, Ores, what up, baby? Yeah, there unfortunately. I think that would bring us toy by yeah, bro. It brings you back. It brings you fucking back. Like straight up unlocking memories, man. It's been almost 7 years since the band disbanded, a band whose time defined my transition from high school into college, and there's no band better for the job. Their songs are, how do you say that word? Okay, hold on. I'm not about to look stupid. All right? I'm not about to look stupid in front of my peeps.
Menagerie.
I just sounded it out. Menagerie. Wait, what does that mean? A historical collection of captive, wild, or exotic animals. Wait, what? The word is widely used as a metaphor for an eclectic or chaotic assortment of things. Okay, gotcha. How do you say it again? I already forgot.
Menagerie.
Menagerie. Their songs are a menagerie of
Motifs. Motifs.
motifs.
Motifs.
Motifs.
Motifs.
Motifs. Their songs are a menagerie of motifs about drinking, heartbreak, anxiety, and downright feeling like a loser. All those things I could claim from the ages of 17 to 22. While much of that feels melodramatic in retrospect, some of it still rings true, even if it's hard to admit. Something about the mundane culture of corporate life mimics the same feelings you felt at 20, a gnawing feeling that everyone is having more fun than you. But if I can imagine myself back in my freshman year of college, reading vocalist Brendan Lucan's infamous hiatus post as I scroll through Instagram, I remember the sinking feeling of something lost long before it even really got started. I use modern baseball as an example all the time for when a band's ending, right? The end of their career, end of their life, one of two things typically happen. Well, one of three things happen. One, allegations. Two, you leave at your peak, right? And which means the last memory everyone has of you, you're a fucking star. You go down a fucking legend. Yo, Con, what up, baby? How you doing? Welcome in. Or three, you are literally just beating your career to death, and it becomes a sad departure. Much like the stories I cover on my main channel, where it's like, yeah, you were a legend and now you're a star that is slowly dying and you're a shell of your former self, right? Like nobody is really remembering you for your recent music. The memory they have of you is at your peak, right? Not to say that if you are a band and you peaked to quit, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying these are like the average endings to a band's life. AKA longs enough, AKA lives long enough to become a butt rock band. Yeah, exactly. And look, if you're a band and you're starting to consider butt rock shit, rebrand. Rebrand. Leave. Be that star. Um so yeah, and you know, the hiatus post, it's a sad thing, man, because it literally feels like kind of like a death, man. Like your favorite band randomly goes on hiatus or breaks up. It's like a sad sinking feeling in your gut that like, damn, this band I cherish and love so much, I will never be able to see live again. They will never put out music again, even if it's ass, right? Like it's such a sad thing. Um those who came from an age at a similar time can relate. It's the hindsight that down the line, some portion of their college experience or early careers were about to be ripped away due to the pandemic. That modern baseball, what was that? Oh, that modern baseball breaking up was just the beginning crescendo of a long line of lost experiences, each one hollowing out for the whole further. By the way, as we're talking about this, to add on a little bit, go see your band, right? You'll never know. You'll never know when a band is going to go on hiatus. You'll never know when like you're going to lose a band or an artist. So when they go on tour, don't take that shit for granted, man. You don't want to be like, I've only seen modern baseball once. And unfortunately, it was a time where I wasn't like as into them as I then became, because so I listened to modern baseball here and there. It was during their skate and surf set in Jersey. And I knew like a handful of their bangers, but because I love that show so much, I got more into them and just never got the opportunity to see them again. Well, no, I did, but I just didn't go for whatever reason. And now probably never seeing them ever again. And that shit sucks. That shit sucks. I've experienced too many breakups with my favorite bands. Oof. But there's something beautiful about that, you know? I want to see the Strokes live. Oh, that'd be sick. The Strokes are legends. The party is over. From door to door, modern baseball was only truly itself for about 5 years. Originating from Philadelphia, the band took its name from a book called Modern Baseball Techniques that co-lead vocalist and guitarist Jake found in his basement. In 2012, they officially released their debut album Sports, marking the beginning of their short but influential run. Excuse me. By the time they gained enough fame to break into the mainstream, at least within the emo scene, they disbanded, which is very fucking true. It wasn't in blaze of Guns N' Roses style drama or the loss of a band member. It was simply that the vibe wasn't there anymore. The party was over. Jake and bassist Ian Farmer had already been working on side projects like Slaughter Beach Dog since modern baseball's early days. To preserve the friendship they had built, the band made the mature adult decision to call it quits. Oh fuck, man. You know how much maturity you need to be like, "Hey, I think us continuing this unit as one, or I think us moving forward as this unit is going to hinder the friendship, and I value our friendship too much." Even though we will probably never see this peak again in our musical career, I put your friendship like as a priority over that. That's crazy. Yeah, we're going till 10. I feel like Total Fighter are a similar case to Mobo. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Oh, that's a cool crow. Yeah, very wholesome, man. And to be honest, that is pretty fucking on brand for modern baseball to do. That to put your friendship before like your career, that is the most modern baseball thing to do. That is so on fucking brand. Holy shit. When you know how pop punk and emo, a lot of songs are like about like your friends and shit? Unless you're doing shit like this, you are not staying true to your lyricism. While Jake and Farmer continued to work on their new band, Modern Baseball was officially done. For many of us approaching adulthood, Mobo's breakup was the nail in the coffin. The breakup of Modern Baseball came as emo was winding down. Is that true? I wouldn't say so. I would say there was like a little dark period, but I don't think emo was like winding down because I think it's very, very strong right now. And like a quick flick of a light switch at closing time, we were all assured out of adolescence. And oh my god, I gotta reread this. And a quick flick of a light switch at closing time, we were all assured out of adolescence and into adulthood. Oh, adolescence. Oh my god, I'm so fucking dumb. And like a quick flick of a light switch at closing time, we were all assured out of adolescence and into adulthood. The kids aren't all right. I can't ignore the elephant in the room, which is an emo band breaking up due to mental health struggles, is almost Shakespearean levels of poetic tragedy. This is not to dismiss those issues, but rather to highlight the staggering rise in mental health issues among young people, the core audience of emo music, and by extension, modern baseball. For a band that built their music on self-deprecation and obsessive thought, it's no surprise that many fans, myself included, connected with it because we were dealing with the same difficulties. Even then, cell phone culture had already infiltrated modern baseball's lyrics with references to texting iPhones and Instagram. Multiple studies have documented a staggering year-over-year increase in mental health issues. How did he manage to read it wrong like 4 times in a row? I don't know, man. I dropped out of high school. Hi Z, you're the gist. It was more of a transitional. Yeah, yeah. What's the challenge? Wait, which rhythm game? Wait, where were we? Multiple studies have documented a staggering year-over-year increase in mental health issues amongst teen and young adults since the rise of social media. A study in 2023 from Gallup found that those in the between 19 and 29 age demographic reported significant levels of loneliness. Oof, man. Even before social media became even before social media became a pervasive as even before social media became as pervasive as it is today, the issues related to self-image and social media were already evident in their lyrics. As modern baseball gained popularity, these issues were likely amplified, making it feel as though they were under an increasingly intense spotlight. I won't resort to a simplistic "it's because of that damn phone" explanation for mental health struggles. However, as modern baseball stepped away from the scene due to mental health issues, it seemed that young people were also distancing themselves, either to become more functional adults, as their social media profiles might suggest, or to become more isolated. Just got a little bit here left. I'm actually really, really enjoying this article. Um, You're the gist, bro. You're the gist. Nostalgia is a cruel mistress. Now that now that I'm quite a bit older, modern baseball holds a level of nostalgia, but perhaps partially because Mobo signifies the countless beers I drank, either in frat houses, after hours, or late night ruminations in my childhood home's basement. Oh, that's so cute. On one hand, I want to look at the time with rose colored glasses, thinking about the summer before college, all opportunities with no responsibilities. But that's not the truth in the slightest. I struggled with unrecip- unreciprocated. I struggled with unreciprocated feelings for boys who didn't want me, mourning the high school friendships that often disintegrate before college, and yearning for college friendships that had yet to materialize. Modern baseball brings back memories of cold nights on Thanksgiving, break from college, driving around the suburbs I was a stranger in, and listening to You're Going to Miss It All while they're growing. What is that? Encroach, encroach, Encroachment of social media made the sense of FOMO even more overwhelming. I'm sorry I can't read, guys. Jenny, keep that bit in. What I just said. Please. While some bands offer an escape through romanticization, modern baseball reminds us, just in case we forgot, that being 20 sucks. By the way, I agree. Being 20 is fucking ass. Being 20 is ass. You know why being 20 is ass? Because you're not old enough to drink yet, but you're old enough to do shit, right? Like you are like in that awkward in between of like doing like having a little bit more freedom than you did a few years ago, but you can't even buy a fucking cigarette yet. However, I could vote. I could vote. In Europe, you're more than old enough. I know. I know. Yeah, bro. You like legally. Uh, um, and also when you're 20, listen to. I know I got a lot of young folk that like watch me. When you're 20, you are still not super mature, right? Like when you're 20, you still have, I mean, speaking from my personal experience, you still have kind of like this not childish mindset, but you're still not thinking like that straight, right? For example, I think of myself when I was 20 and I'm like, wow, what a dickhead. When I was 20, you know what I was doing? I was into like pickup artistry. When I was 20, I was such a dickhead. I'm like, I was just like a douchebag. I thought I was hot shit. I thought like every girl wanted me. I was such a scumbag. I was a piece of shit. I was a piece of shit. Um, I hate, bro. I look back at 20 and I'm like, wow, what a cringe loser. I'm 30 now. I love myself. But I feel like when I'm 40, I'm going to look back at 30 and be like, what a cringe loser. You know, I guess that never changes, but if I could stay I wish I could be like 27 forever. What 20-year-old has gone, I can't drink with you, sorry I'm 20 when you offer them alcohol? I guess like when I say that, I mean like going to like a bar, you know? You aren't a full adult, but you aren't a teen anymore in flat 20. Yeah, it sucks. You feel like you're in like a stuck point. How old are you guys? Okay, everyone give me your age. I know we got some new heads here. In your childhood, you learn how to exist. In teenage, you learn how to person. In your 20s, you learn how to adult. Yeah. See, here's the thing. You learn how to adult in your 20s. That's not even true until you're like fucking 26. I would say that's not true until you move out of your parents' house. I'm still learning how to tie my shoes. You want to know something embarrassing, bro? I haven't I haven't I didn't know how to tie my shoes until like high school. 32, bro, we could have been to high school together. Wait, I'm 30. Okay, who could have went to high school with me? I still do the bunny ear method. That's what I do. I don't know any other method. Mikey, how old are you? I forget. But yeah, I don't 34? Oh yeah, we could have been in high school, bro. We could have been in high school. You would have been a senior bullying me. You would have been putting me in a fucking locker, bro. All right, anyway. In a league of their own, people point to Slaughter Beach Dog as the quintessential successor to modern baseball's legacy, but many would agree that they don't quite fit the shoes, nor should they have to. I agree where they shouldn't. I agree. They don't fit the shoes. I don't think they should have to. Slaughter Beach Dog, few good songs, but nowhere near modern baseball. But like these are two different entities. So it's just unfair. Obviously, like people are going to compare them, right? That like it being like a spin-off of modern baseball. But it's kind of like if you share the same members as another project, right? Those two projects will forever be compared to one another, right? Like how I just said, "Oh yeah, I like both, but modern baseball is the better band." You don't do that when you're comparing any other two bands, right? Like I think of Bring Me to Horizon and A Day to Remember, right? First bands because I did a video, dropped a video on it today or whatever. I'm not like, "Oh yeah, I like A Day to Remember more than Bring Me," because they're two completely different entities, which, so it'd be stupid to be like, to say that. Versus Slaughter Beach Dog and modern baseball, naturally you're going to do that, but it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. Created by Jake and Farmer and parallel to modern baseball, Slaughter Beach Dog on one hand expands on the acoustic and soft-spoken songs seen highlighted in later of Mobile's albums like Holy Ghost, which by the way, favorite album. I love Holy Ghost. That is my favorite out of all the albums. They bring to the table a different set of skills both musically and lyrically. Many consider Slaughter Beach Dog not a replacement but a mature offshoot. The Foo Fighters will never be Nirvana, and Slaughter Beach Dog will never be modern baseball. Instead, they are in a league of their own. Yes, beautifully said. If the members of modern baseball are allowed to leave and redefine their music identities, maybe it can be a reminder to ourselves that we too can grow and continue to redefine ourselves on our own terms. And perhaps to not be so hard on ourselves for our adolescent years, which is exactly what I just did. Shitting on my 20-year-old self. This was so good. Bro, who wrote this? Hannah Canfer? Bro, start a YouTube channel. Start a fucking YouTube channel. That was awesome. Anyway, why are we even talking about modern baseball today? Why did we read that article? Because circling back to this, Bren Lukens, I believe, transition. That's why their name is Bren now, not Brendan. Returning to the stage to open for Jeff Rosenstock. I don't know who that is, admittedly. While Mobo's co-vocalist Jake and bassist Ian have remained very busy with Slaughter Beach Dog since Mobo's breakup, the drummer Sean stayed active with steady hands. It's been a while since co-vocalist Bren has performed or really done anything at all in public eye. Yeah, whenever Bren uploads anything, there was a time where whenever Bren uploaded anything to Instagram, everyone would like shit and come. So it's very exciting that's about to change. Jeff is doing another of his potentially infinite residencies in Chicago. This time, wait, what? Jeff is doing another of his potentially infinite residencies in Chicago this time, and Bren will open night 5. Who is this? Why don't I know who this is? Who is this? Yeah, I don't know this guy. Am I a fake fan of music? Is this guy like big? Um, the main dude behind Bomb the Music Industry. Oh. The vocalist Elstorm and keyboardist of Gloryhammer. Or are they like spin-offs of each other or whatever? That goes down in July 21st at the Metro and quickly sold out. Hopefully this won't be the last we see of Bren. Also, I'm curious to know what Bren is going to play. Jeff's also playing July 16 with the back in action. Good luck. Okay, sorry, I'm not interested in all that. But okay, so basically Bren is back in action. What is this? So wait, what is this that we're watching here? The thrash particle. Oh, this was 8 years ago. Okay, so this was actual like what was the thing? I am curious to know if Bren is gonna do like I guess you'd consider it modern baseball covers or original music. I know, like I've said, they've been more active on Instagram a little bit lately. When I say lately, I think I'm thinking months, not like last few weeks. Let's check out their Instagram. Bren. There we go. Okay, so here's Bren. I don't know what else to say, but I love ya and I'm so excited. Oh, let me move my shit. I don't know what else to say, but I love ya and I'm so excited. Big thank you to Jeff and crew for the invite, and special thank you to Christian Mackey and Eric something for advocating and rooting for me to play music again, even when I couldn't see y'all this summer. This is crazy. And then, of course, my goat, Chase USA, my fucking goat in the comments. Holy. Holy. Yeah, I'm curious to know what's going to happen. Very, very curious. But yeah, Bren back into music. Very exciting time for every emo fan in the world, in existence. I can't wait to see some clips of that show. I'm so excited to see what they're planning to play, and it is going to be a beautiful time. All right, there was that segment. That was a nice segment. What do we think, fellas? What do we think about that whole thing? Let me put some chill Nintendo music. Gotta get Friday game. Was cool. What game are you gonna play? But fuck yeah, man. Thanks for stopping in. I'm here every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got one more segment to do, and then we're gonna listen to some music and do a few TikToks. You need to go back to school? What do you mean? What are we talking about? Why? Why do I need to go back to school? Learn how to read? Bro, be so fucking for real. I've been getting better. I have been getting better. You have to admit. I've been getting much better when it comes to reading. Like an emo fella not knowing what unrequited. Okay. I've been practicing, bro. I've been practicing. I've been wanting to. Wave has been meaning to send me a book. Something like the Atomic Book of Bad Habits, some shit like that. He's been meaning to send me that. I've been wanting to read that. Vizzy has sent the speed or a song in this rhythm game 5x and turned on autoplay, and the bot is missing. Oh wow! And you can do that song, bro. Let me hit up George. Do you know who George Hopkins is? Spade. He's making me like a rhythm game extension for stream, so chat can straight up just like play and like control music while I'm streaming. You gonna play some Overwatch? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Enjoy, brother. Let me see. Sup, brother? I was supposed to have this thing a while ago. Sup, brother? Any idea when my hands on this? All right, we got one more segment here. I don't know how much of a conversation this is going to be. This is about merch cuts. I'm contracted. I was just suck off camera. Oh my god. All right, fellas, ye hear heart. Did I say ye? I should kill myself. Fellas, we hear it time and time again. Bands with their horror stories when it comes to merch cuts in venues. Essentially, what happens is a venue is like, oh, you want to play at our venue? Sure. But just so you know, you got to give me a cut of whatever money you make through merch, which is scummy, which is fucking scummy. Okay. Bands, being a band today, it's already tough. Okay. Like financially, at least. Most bands we listen to have a source of income outside of music. This Most bands we listen to have a source of income outside of music, and this reminds me of a Reddit post from a while ago that I don't even think we covered on stream. We could just skim through it really, really quick. It's right here. This was from 2 months ago. Now check this out. How much money are bands making realistically? I've always wondered this question, but never really got a definitive answer. Like, how much money are mid-level acts making nowadays per person? For instance, how much money does a member in The Story So Far make? They're decently popular, but definitely not a household name like Blink-182, who I imagine make a shitload of money. Of course, Blink make money, right? Because of how commercially successful they are, and they can sell, how often their songs are in like movies and shows, which they get money for, whatever, commercials. But they're also touring different parts of the world. Are they earning an average living like the 40 to 60K range? Are they making six figures? How about a slightly more popular / legacy band like MXPX or Less Than Jake? I fucking promise you, Blink is making more than MXPX and Less Than Jake combined. I promise you. As well, Less Than Jake, I know Less Than Jake is making more than MXPX for sure. I don't know. Nah, Blink is making more than Less Than Jake. As a musician myself, I've always been curious about this, wondering if being in a band could actually pay the bills. Now, check this out. 12 years ago, Sean Macken from Yellowcard did a podcast with Soupy. This is a quote from the interview. There was a time in our career where Yellowcard was making a lot of money, but it was a very small amount of time. It was about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Over 12 years, that ends up averaging out. I was relatively smart with money. I put some away. When we took a hiatus, I sold cars for 3.5 years. And on average, I made more money per year selling cars than I did in the music business. Brother, this is Yellowcard. This is fucking Yellowcard, by the way. This is fucking Yellowcard, bro. I guess it doesn't matter. There was another one here. Hold on. Pretty sure Soupy once said he'd have made about the same teaching, which he was going to school for, as he makes touring. Maybe that was the same interview. I don't know. I didn't watch it. See, and here's the thing, right? If you're look, obviously, if you're making the same amount of bread teaching and touring, the thing is, yes, you get to live out your dream, your passion. Touring is awesome. But there is a point where if you're not like touring in a bus, how off, like realistically, be so fucking for real. How old your age is going to catch up to you, and like touring in vans and like big vans and trucks, it's not sustainable for your body, bro. Like your back is going to start fucking hurting at some point. There was one specifically I saw. Where was it? Okay, here we go. This one is interesting too. Because you mentioned MXPX, here's a story that I'll give you that will give you an idea. Even though I don't have specific numbers, in the early 2000s, I was in a pop punk band, and one time on tour, we played a show in what is this? Bremerton, Washington. I don't know how to say that, but they were in Washington. When we got to the venue, I was absolutely shocked to see Tom from MXPX was the bartender. Obviously, talked to him for a bit, and he said he was considering getting a job as a dock worker so he could have company paid health insurance. It blew my mind that they would still need to have real jobs. So even in the early 2000s, bro, you're not making good bread. You're not making good bread at all, right? Like you need to be able to have multiple sources of income if you are going to be in a band, whether that be selling merch, right? Or being some sort of content creator doing YouTube videos, blah, 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 right? Or like starting a business, stocks, something. Being in just a band, you're not making too much bread, especially if you're in a band with like 4 to 5 people. What is he working for? There must be something more for all the cards he sells. Do you want anything? Wait, what do you mean? For all, do you want what do you mean by that specifically? Okay, fuck you, frick. Anyway, why are we talking about this today? Because venues love to take merch cuts. The Brownings, Johnny McBee goes off on overseas merch cuts while on tour in Europe. And if you don't know the Browning, solid band. Solid band. You probably know Hardcore Keem. He is an example of someone that does social media. I'm pretty sure he like streams and he does short form content and shit like that. So he's making bread off the Browning, and he's also making bread off of social media. And I don't know what else he does outside of this, but you know, he probably got a little bit of money in his pocket from doing all this, right? And by the way, to put it in perspective, the Browning, they're not this. Look, put it into perspective. Check their monthly listeners. Like, I'd be surprised. I don't want to disrespect them or not, but I think 100K. Let me see. Oh, well, I suck my own dick. I eat my words. They're actually doing pretty fucking good. 310,000 monthly listeners is crazy. Crazy. That's awesome. How does this recent album do? Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I will go finger my butt. They're killing it. They're doing great. They're doing great. But obviously they're not like out here playing arenas and shit, right? They're still playing like bigger bars, maybe clubs, like let's see their tour right now. Ilgard is broke. That's why they tried to sue Juice WRLD. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why don't I remember that? What do you mean they tried to sue Juice WRLD? That song's from Yellowcard. It is? Oh, I'm a fake fan. I'm being a fake fan. Let me see. Okay, let's see this. The Browning. Is this a headlining thing? See, I don't know if this is a headlining tour or not. Let me see. Are they playing Jersey at all? Lexington, Kentucky. I don't know what venue that could be. Grand Rapids, Michigan. They're probably playing that pinball spot. Yeah, I can't wait, they're not playing Philly? Or Baltimore? They're playing Pittsburgh. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I can't tell you. I can't tell you I can't tell you what size venues they're playing, but they're not like Yellow Card or whatever the fuck, right? But anyway, merch cuts have once again become a flashpoint as rising touring costs continue to eat into artists' bottom lines. Also, think about the fucking gas they're paying to get to your fucking dog shit venue anyway. Gas is not cheap at all right now. Venues commonly take between 15 and 20% of gross merchandise sales. Bro, gross is the fucking word. Bro, 15 to 20% of merch sales? Are you dead ass? And you know what's the fucked part? Not only are the bands getting fucked for this, right? Not only are the bands literally getting fucked for these merch cuts, but also the fans have to get fucked, right? Because how much does it cost, right, to make these shirts? How much does it cost? How much percent is the venue taking? How much do they have to sell the merch in order to actually make profit? And I'm not talking $2, $3 profit. They need to make at least like $10 a shirt, right? Like they got to keep all that shit into consideration. Venues taking merch cuts, it fucks the band and the fans. It literally fucks everyone involved except for the actual venue themselves. Though some have been known to demand more, Right. Yeah. By the way, yeah, 15, 20, that's average. There are venues that, yeah, require more. And some bands are literally like on Instagram, like, hey, just so you know, don't buy merch inside a venue. Meet us in a parking lot. We'll sell you merch there. It's fucked, man. Silent Planet and Cabal recently protested the practice by refusing to sell merch at shows in Milan and Budapest, instead throwing free items into the crowd. Oh my fucking based. The Browning were also on the June 17th bill with Cabal at Analog Music Hall in Budapest. In the video below, vocalist / programmer Johnny McBee weighs in on the venue's merch cut and a wider impact such rates are having on touring artists. All right, let's see. This is lengthy. Hold on. Let's read what he got to say. Oh no, that's just a transcript of what he said.
Today we are going to be talking about merch cuts. Yesterday at our show in Budapest, we did not sell merch, and I'm going to break it down for you guys so you can see why you keep seeing this happening with different bands. I'm just going to get straight into the cost of these things. We sell our t-shirts in Europe for 35 euros. The cost of making...
Okay, hold on. 35 euros? What is that? 35 euros in USD. $40 a t-shirt. 40 USD.
T-shirts is rising. The average cost, I'd say, for just a standard t-shirt here in Europe is going to be about $11 for me to make. Then there's a 27% VAT tax.
Oh my
right
fucking god.
So that's $8 to the government. Then the venue wants to take 20%. That's $7. Then my European manager gets 10%. That's
oh my god.
Just those costs right there take me down to making $4 per t-shirt.
How the fuck? And by the way, these bands, they're not exactly killing it when it comes to merch. Okay? They're not exactly fucking killing it. That's the worst, bro. $4 a t-shirt? Are you dead ass?
And that's not including me shipping the merch to our facility. That's not including me lugging the merch around the continent. That's not including me paying my people. That's not including me paying for the shirt design or me paying for the $300 in advertisements I'd spent to get people to the concert. So with all of that in mind, had I sold merch yesterday, the venue and the government would make 2 times more money than I would off of my merch.
By the way, if he's the one paying for advertisement for people to go to this stupid fucking venue, right? He is literally paying for people to come to your venue and you're going to spit in his eye by taking absurd merch cuts. Oh my, be so fucking for real. Oh my god.
Now, the VAT tax is totally unavoidable. There's nothing we can do about that. But the 20% to the venue is 100% unnecessary. If the venue did not take a 20% cut, then I would have made $11 per t-shirt, which that would have been a fine profit margin for me to sell yesterday. And not only fine, but fair. Whenever any business spends money and time up front to make a product, there's a certain expected return to be made on each of those products sold. $4 a t-shirt is not an okay profit margin. These fees and taxes is one reason why when you go to a massive festival or a massive show, you see $50 t-shirts because...
Yes, because that's the only fucking way how they can actually make profit. And you know what the issue is? If you sell $50 t-shirts, the fucking problem is the fans get annoyed, right? Understandably so, right? Like, damn, $50 t-shirts, da, da, da. Yeah, I get it. That's expensive, but also the band's got to eat. The band's got to eat. If you can't afford the t-shirt, I'm sorry, bro, but it's not the band's fault. It's really fucking not.
The bands need to make X amount of money off their t-shirts. A bunch of people always ask, why don't you just play venues that don't take a merch cut? And the reason is because sometimes you go to a city where the only suitable venue is a venue that is going to demand a merch cut. And it is more important to play our music in that town to our fans than it is to sell t-shirts in that town. I don't think it's fair to the fans to skip over a whole country or a whole city just because we want to sell t-shirts. So it's more important that we play the show and make less money than just ditching them totally. The only semi-fair thing I could see the venues maybe doing, instead of a percentage off of merch, maybe they could charge us a flat fee to rent the space. They charge a flat fee to rent the venue to play the show. They could charge us, say, $100 for this part of the wall to sell merch.
But why? But why? They're charging you to rent the fucking venue, bro. They're charging you to rent the venue. Why is that space on the wall not included?
That I would deem as potentially fair. The perfect deal and how most venues operate is we both make money off of tickets. They make money off of the bar, which is their product. We make money off of our merch, which is our product. And it's really out of principle. I cannot let people that are not involved in my business making more money than the people that are part of my business off of my fans who think that that t-shirt money is supporting us. This is an unavoidable thing in some places, and whenever you're dealing with certain massive companies that run a lot of shows and venues. This rarely happens. It doesn't really bother me whenever it does. Yes, it sucks to make less money, but the worst thing is that the fans get mad at us. They're like, why aren't you guys selling this stuff? Like, what the heck? I've been waiting to see you guys. But we do have to protect our bottom line, our profit margin, so that we can function as a band. Merch is the majority of money that we make, and the venues.
Yeah, bro, merch is the majority of money they make, and they're not making anything. They're not making shit.
Know it, and that's why they want a piece of it. What I would do if I was you is the next time you're at a show, I would ask the merch guy if there's a merch cut. If the merch guy says there is a merch cut, then maybe that night you don't go buy anything from the bar. Because if they want to cut into 20% of our profits, maybe you should not be giving them 20% of their profits. On the rare occasion where we can't sell merch, it sucks, but we still love being there and we still love playing the shows for the people all over the world. So make sure you come out and see us on tour, and we'll see you soon, okay? Peace.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy as fuck. That's crazy as fuck. Oh wait, Tank the Tech weighed in. Flat fee. Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in here. Flat fee to rent the merch space is what should have been happening for years. Considering venue's main argument is that they are renting you that space to sell merch when they could have otherwise used that space for beer, food, or another vendor. What are you fucking talking about, bro? What are you fucking talking about? Do you really think that they're going to prioritize a band's table on that space over fucking food or drinks? Are you dead at? No way. No way. I see what he's saying, though. I'm no hate to Tank. I'm just saying that, like, that is just a ridiculous fucking excuse. That, like, oh yeah, we need this space because it could be something else. Eat my fucking dick, bro. I appreciate how open you were with this post. The only thing I would add is that in most cases you could get some if not all of that VAT money back in your business management does the proper paperwork. It's a pain in the ass, but it can be done. See that, bro? W Tank. So yeah, really fucked up thing to do. So if you want to buy, I know like bands do like tour exclusive merch, so it's a little tough. But if you do want to support a specific band by buying their merch, consider buying it online or something, or maybe like linking up with them outside of the venue or some shit. Fuck the man, bro. Fuck the man. Fuck the venue. If you're asking, bro, 20% is so much, and if you're asking for more than that, you should get hit by a truck. That's it. That was that segment. All right, we did all our segments. We did it, baby. We did it. Why do people think it's okay to step onto band's toes? That confuses me, man. Why? It's so fucked up. It's such a dog eat dog industry. Excuse me. All right, what I'm going to do is, if you are watching the stream live here on YouTube, consider coming over to Twitch. We are going to be live for another half hour or something, but we want to listen to normal music, and we can't do that if we're live on YouTube because then the VOD will get taken down. I will get banned. I will get copywritten. So the party is going to continue over here on Twitch, but on the YouTube side of things, I will end stream to avoid copyright so we can listen to like normal music. If you're watching the VOD, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making it to the end, and I'll catch you on Twitch, baby.